by Access, your new way to enjoy the finer things of life just by spending with your Access Bank card. Signing up is easy. Visit the Access Bank website and enter your membership ID from your welcome email. Create your username and password, then verify with an OTP. Voila! You are in. On your dashboard, you can view your endpoints, manage bookings, and track redemptions. Ready to redeem? Get instant airtime. Shop for electronics or fashion, book flights or hotels, and much more from over 3,000 merchants globally. All with your reward points. Just choose your reward, confirm with an OTP, and redeem. Rewards by Access is open to all Access MasterCard and Visa card holders. Terms and conditions apply. It's time to turn your everyday spending into extraordinary experiences. Sign up now and start redeeming. Rewards by Access. Enjoy the finer things of life. Access Bank, more than banking.
The city is alive on 97.3.
City 97.3. Accra.
There can be no other than 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to City. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. City FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM 97.3.
Intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good. Yeah, she's intentional, never failing. All things are working for my good. 'Cause he's intentional. He's intentional. Hey, and he's never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional. He's intentional. He's never failing. All things are working. Hey, I know that all things are working for my good. Yes, they are. Yeah, all things are working for my good. Working for my good. Here's why. 'Cause he's intentional. He's intentional. That's it. So he's intentional.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
All things are working for my good. Yes, they are. He's intentional. Yeah, never failing. Sing that out, sing all things are working for my good.
30 minutes after 6. Thursday morning, August 28, 2025. And all things are working for our good. Yes, we know that in all things God works for good. He works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. It's a beautiful song. Not only is it lovely to listen to, but it gives us the energy to believe that though we may be going through some difficult times, we may be going through some tough times, today is another day to be intentional about our choices and not allow our circumstances to define our reality, because all things, good, bad, bitter, sour, unfortunate, tragic, they will all work together for a good sometime. We only need to stay according to his purpose. So it's a beautiful song that requires an attitude of intentionality. Don't leave things to chance. Don't allow the waters just under the bridge. No, harness the storm. Put in turbines in the storm. Harness the mighty rivers that are flowing, threatening to overflow you. Let the turbines churn them into electricity. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yes. So be intentional about the things you say, be intentional about the places you go, be intentional about the company you keep, be intentional about the thoughts you keep, because they form your outlook, they form your perspective, they shape your faith, and you begin to walk according to the things you think about and the faith that you have. So be careful not to be speaking defeatist things about yourself. And if you're a leader, be intentional. Be intentional. That's the message for you this morning. Parents, be intentional about your kids, your wards. Be intentional about their education. Be intentional where they play, how they play. You have to be intentional about everything. If you leave things to chance, nature abhors vacuum. It will occupy those spaces, just that you may not like the outcome of what will take over that vacuum. Being intentional is the message for us this morning. And Access Bank is very intentional about us. That's why they've joined us to bring you Business Sense. They have intentionally said that you have small, so bring that small and take a big one. Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo is in full swing. 2 mini draws, first mega draw have already taken place. Yes, 2 mini draws and first mega draw have already taken place, and 53 lucky customers have won their share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing prizes like Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon Prime subscriptions. So if you simply deposit 250 Ghana cedis minimum in your new or existing Access Bank account, then you join the promo. And for our solo accounts, the youth customers, deposit 500 Ghana cedis, spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Visa Access Visa card, and earn a chance at the next draw. PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook, all these are up for grabs in the monthly mini draws and mega draw. Promo runs from now to September. We're doing this together with the NLA on their Caritas Lottery platform. Fakitwa Beji Kesia Train. Join us, save for the future, and win big. 0800 004400 is the number for more details. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Yes, brother, me should get them to you with your from your breakfast. Yes, thank you. Minia, I pay a monster junction swap. Contractor. Hey, Japan, sir. What's with the number? Hey. Upon say. Yawato Yara Soko. You back on top grabbing. Yawato Ya Soko. You go slow, Bessia.
Enyo, Ewazoye, no one's surviving. I'll bring you the news review shortly. It's back and it's bigger. Fidelity Bank Sika Boom Reloaded promo is here to reward your savings with life-changing cash prizes. Just deposit and maintain 500 Ghana Cedi or more in your Fidelity account, and you could win up to 100,000 Ghana Cedis in our grand draw. With every 500 Ghana Cedi deposit gross, you stand a chance to win 5,000 Ghana Cedi monthly draws. So if you don't have an account yet, open one, save smart, end points, and win big. Fidelity Bank is here for your journey. Sika Boom style. This promo is on the NLA's Lottery Caritas Lottery platform. T's and C's apply. Fidelity is proud to be associated with a news review. Godfred Akotobuafo.
Dr. Papa Biswashet, my old friend, Dr. Kako. Hey, Uncle Kwesai.
Yawazoye. No, Yawazoye.
Good morning.
No, Yawazoye.
Do you know the Vanda John Dramani Mahama?
It's an orchid in Singapore. What did I say?
Vanda
Yama.
John Dramani Mahama.
Yama.
When are we naming something? Plant?
In Accra.
No, but you see, it's funny. The conversation we had yesterday.
The coincidence, eh?
The conversation we had yesterday.
I tell you.
And the person who also sent a message and said he hopes that when
he hopes
that the president is watching the places he's visiting, and when he comes back,
we will do something about it.
Do something about some of those spaces as well. But because I saw the garden he was in, I haven't been there. But I mean, you see,
lipstick palm.
What is it?
When you see the Singapore Botanical Gardens, those beautiful plants you saw behind them, they are called lipstick palms.
Do you have some in Ghana?
No, they do well. If you know the Nima residence of the former president, you see some gardening in front.
Yes.
Those palms there is the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So they will thrive here. It's all about intentionality.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making. So
intentionality.
they took the president to
Singapore Botanical Garden.
Singapore Botanical Garden as part of his trip.
It was beautiful.
They are showcasing
the beauty.
Greenery. They are showcasing greenery. So where will you take your guests?
We'll go to Legon or Ebri.
No, Legon is not functional. It's weeds now.
Every botanical.
Yes.
There's not much to see in a breed though. After 25 minutes, you are done. You've seen everything.
That's unfortunate.
No, I'm telling you.
So,
me, I'm a regular there.
He knows the place very well. So you see, there is.
That's very, very unfortunate.
I'm telling you.
There's purpose to some of these things. So yeah, it's nice. And also this morning, let me before I dive straight to say good morning to an MTTD officer I have noticed work. He doesn't even know I know his name.
Okay.
But I checked his uniform today because the name is there. I don't know his rank. Yes, it's called Adevu.
Adevu.
Yes.
Adevu.
Adevu.
Oh,
yes.
Adevu.
Yes.
Okay.
You know the dogs you take to go and catch animals.
Hunting dog.
You know, serious.
He has a serious name.
He's hunting indiscipline on the road there.
The manner in which he conducts himself.
Oh man.
He's at the intersection that leads you to the beach road, Choko, from the Matters of Uganda side. I think he's from the Mamprobi police station.
Oh, beautiful.
And the way he conducts himself,
that's lovely.
His interactions,
commendable.
How he deals with, he doesn't do nuisance policing.
Oh, beautiful.
He's there for the 6 or 7 months that I've watched him work.
Right.
He's basically there to ensure everybody goes where they are supposed to go. Traffic. There is he does it, and the way he will even talk to you after he lets you move.
This is so refreshing.
He waves at you.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Policeman is waving at you.
He has to increase his salary. He has his rank.
I'm telling you.
He's like you. He always has his
nose mask on.
His nose mask
I see.
on. There was a time about 3 or 4 months ago. He was walking towards his post, and I offered to give him a ride. He said no. He would walk.
Wow.
Yes. He said he would walk.
Adevu.
Adevu. So good morning wherever he is.
Yeah,
people recognize the work that you have done. I'm sure he'll be surprised when he gets the feedback because he doesn't even know that I know his name. But I checked his name too. Anyway, to the front page of the Daily Graphic, I will not contest 2028 election. My focus on fiscal discipline. This is the president in Singapore. In the MPP flag bearer race, Canadian Japan, Brian Champon submit nomination forms. Graphic doing their home fair at the Accra Mall today. And senior high school placements out on September 17th.
Yeah. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times for this morning. The big story says, again, like you said, I won't seek third term. President Mahama affirms. He's seen here in a beautiful suit and signing some document here in front of the president of Singapore. Also on the front page this morning, we're told that Kennedy Ajapong is calling for de-escalation of tension in his party as he submits his nomination forms. Also on the front page, I come to unite, build and lead. This is according to Brian Achampong.
Front page of the Daily Guide, Gold Board who's licensed miners with 832 Ghana City bonus. BOG bans dollar pricing for services. The Brian and Ken filing is on the front page of the paper.
The Daybreak newspaper says BA submits forms, promises unity and discipline. They are talking about Brian Achampong. Also on the front page this morning, Baumia Battle Ready files nomination forms today, and government reaffirms commitment to ethical labor migration.
The front page of the Overseer newspaper says that 10 million youth should join labor force by 2040. Finance Ministry calls for bold fiscal reforms. That's the photo of the Chief Director of the Ministry, Mr. Patrick Nomo. NPP will win 2028 under my leadership. This is Brian Achampong in his NPP colored fugu.
The Daily Gist says Kennedy Ajapong storms NPP office with massive supporters. Also on the front page, killings rock Mohammed's backyard. And still related to the MPP's what they call it, race, Adainimu chickens out of MPP flag bearer race after 3 defeats. Some other stories on the front.
The New Republic continues with their expose on what it calls the Ibis Tech scandal, and on today's front page they say merchants of Ibis Tech. Carl Banks $100 million headache.
The Daily Democrat, you can't trade in dollars. The BOG is warning all of us in Ghana.
Very important.
Also, the front page, Ufoswampofo calls for partnerships in ICT growth, and Education Ministry is assuring all of us that there will be transparency in BECE placement.
Finally, from me, the front page of the BNFT, Cameroon awards $312 million gas power plants project to Sunon Asogli Power.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Togbe is making some money there. Government miles over new tax for TVET fund. And the Bank of Ghana is here. BOG mandates 24-hour remittance payouts. New FX rules.
Okay. If I take you online now, channel1newsonline.com. Ridge Hospital assault findings surprising. This is the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association assault question ignored in Ridge probe. That's also coming from them. Typhoid outbreak. We need water treatment plant in OT. Karachi West MCE says man sues doctor private hospital over wife's death during childbirth. Brian Achampong files nomination, pledges to unite and serve NPP. Francis Adainimo withdraws from NPP flag bearer race over alleged bias. On Akwetia race, NDC should have maintained 2024 candidate Baba Jamal. Yaraba says he still supports the candidate they are going with. I won't contest in 2028. This is President Mahama speaking. 2025 school placement begins September 17. This is GES, and Kwabena Mintah Kando is vowing full implementation of recommendations with respect to the Ridge Hospital probe. On the helicopter crash, government rewards 13 Sikaman youth 100,000 Ghana cities. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Ridge Hospital assault probe was thorough, not biased. This is Tony Goodman, the ministry's PRO, speaking. And investigative committee ignored doctor who first treated victim. The registered nurses are still speaking. Flooding, sanitation, among key issues as Linda Oklu meets press today. I'm very excited and keenly interested in the outcome of that press encounter later today. Ghana's corn imports projected to rise 67% in 2025-2026 according to a report.
As if we are importing a bleed.
We are importing a bleed into the country and it's expected to increase. If you go to the High Street Journal, ghana.com. This is Ghana Exhibition 2025.
Beautiful.
To showcase the best of local innovation and export potential. It's happening on the 6th to the 7th. Ghana didn't steal your SUV, but its citizens pay the economic price. Okay, that's an opinion piece. Hard times ahead for dollar black market, but continued forex scarcity in banks could blank impact. All right, let me take you to my Joy Online quickly. Monetization of politics is killing Ghana's soul. It must be uprooted. Kwabena Ejapong here. Brian Echampong urges supporters to avoid divisive commentary ahead of NPP flag bearership raise. BOG defense regulatory guidelines on importation and exportation of foreign currencies. Ghana registered nurses and midwives raised credibility issues with Ridge assault probe. Insists nurse was diagnosed with polycontusion. Gentlemen,
let me take you to some money issues before we deal with the politics, because there's a lot of politics. So let me just raise one money issue and then deal with this, because the BOG is doing something that affects a lot of people. On page 3 of the BNFT, the Bank of Ghana has introduced stricter settlement requirements for inward remittances, directing that funds must be credited to beneficiaries within 1 day and converted using a more transparent exchange rate. The measures contained in the updated guidelines for inward remittance services by payment service providers are designed to improve efficiency, protect consumers, and ensure greater oversight of foreign exchange inflows. So here's what's going to happen. For the first time, settlement banks handling inward remittance flows will be required to use the average Bloomberg US dollar to Ghana Citi bid-ask range to convert funds into local currency. The guidelines also impose a 24-hour deadline for crediting remittance beneficiaries with their Citi equivalent. Now, the shift to an average bid-ask rate is expected to reduce disputes and perceived inequities in foreign exchange conversion. By also requiring that beneficiaries receive their money within 24 hours, the central bank aims to reinforce the trust in digital and mobile money channels. There's a lot
from the BOG.
So you can get the BNFT today. This impacts a lot of people.
The banks have been using our money to trade small
the BOG has to check them. For pay the people.
Yes, and for those who have to be paying school fees soon, if you have to be paying school fees soon, and the fees are quoted in dollars, the BOG is intervening as well.
Let me add something. In fact, it says for dedicated electronic money issuers and enhanced payment service providers, the rules introduce tighter reconciliation, just because of the points I just made, and monitoring requirements. Funds credited to beneficiaries must be reconciled and matched within 72 hours, with settlement accounts kept operationally distinct from other accounts.
That's right. Now, no more dollar pricing for school fees, rent, airline tickets, etc. This is the Bank of Ghana. It has reminded the public that unlicensed or unauthorized foreign exchange transactions, including black market dealings, pricing, quoting, advertising, issuing receipts, and making or receiving payments in foreign currencies such as the US dollar are strictly prohibited under the Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723. In a statement signed by Ms. Ami V. Kwashi on behalf of the Secretary of the Bank of Ghana, dated Wednesday, August 27, 2025, the central bank directed both public and private institutions as well as individuals engaged in such practices to cease and desist immediately. Now, the prohibited transactions include, but are not limited to, school fees, sales and rental of vehicles, sale and rental of real estate, airline tickets, domestic contracts, retail shopping, online sales, hotel accommodation. Just say the CD no neko. So no more dollar.
That's good. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times, talk about the president commenting on claims he will seek a third term. The story by my good friend Julius Yaopetechi says on page 12, President John Dramani Mahama has stated emphatically that he will not be seeking a third term when Ghana goes to the polls in 2028. Now, this constitutional restraint, President Mahama said, will give him the free hand to avoid the perennial election year overspending. There's a quote here that says, I will not be a candidate in the next elections, and therefore I can hold the line when it comes to fiscal discipline, President Mahama stated. Now, he made this declaration far away in Singapore when he met the president of Singapore, Mr. Thurman. Also, on the same page, you find a story that says Singapore president praises Mahama for prudent management of the economy thus far. So the president of Singapore, his counterpart there, where he's visiting, has been praising our president for prudent management of the Ghanaian economy thus far. Now receiving the president at the Instana, which is the presidential villa, on his 3-day state visit to Singapore yesterday, President Thurman expressed confidence that the Ghanaian economy will see further growth under the steady leadership of President John Dramani Mahama.
Let me take you to the daily guidance on politics, where MPP presidential candidate hopefuls have been filing. So Brian Achampong has filed, and the Daily Guide reports that filing his nomination at the party's headquarters. Brian Achampong recounted his journey from humble beginnings, where values were taught daily, to his service to the party and country. Quote, the son of a teacher who had to struggle to raise a boy and 2 siblings in backrooms in Mile 7, to having built reputable businesses and a career in politics, I know what it means to build up from the ground up. Also filing was Kennedy Japong yesterday. He says, I'm poised to create business. Mr. Japong, who made the call, okay, let me just read the full story. Former Member of Parliament for Asin Central Canada, Japong, says he's capable of transforming the economic fortunes of the country through job creation, especially for the youth. Quote, we want somebody who can create businesses for the youth of this country. Some people have ideas, but I have bold ideas and creativity. And there's a picture, you should see sticker. Hey! Sticker. So that's like he's happy.
He's happy. Yeah, I mean, just a quick comment though. I mean, why do we still have party people storming party offices?
Do it online, eh?
Yeah, they should put the whole thing online. I mean, and they create so much chaos on the streets, disrespect traffic rules.
Political enthusiasm.
No. Look, have you heard in any other country where we do all of this noise? I mean, in fact, properly functional democracies. Let's put the whole thing online.
Yesterday, Alassane Ouattara was with a large crowd.
We're doing what?
In a proper democracy.
No, I'm saying that properly. Why is that a properly functional democracy? Someone who changes his mind. I mean. Anyway, let me tell you about my good friend Adainimo.
Okay.
I was hoping that you
Cinema will represent again.
After so many.
Now, page 3 of the newspaper says a former member of parliament for Mampong constituency, the Country region, Francis Adainimo, has bowed after the new Patriotic Party flag bearership race, citing what he described as, quote, unhealthy political environment within the party. He believes that the thing is being skewed to suit a particular candidate and all of that. So now, we wish him all the very best.
Yes, we wish him really well. Flooding, sanitation, among key. You want to stay on politics.
On politics.
That's fine.
There's so much irresponsible talk from the two political parties. So, for instance, if you go to page 8 of the Daybreak newspaper, Akwetia by-election, violence begets violence. Mustafa Gbandi is warning. And then another story will deal with soldiers who meddle in Akwetia by-election as thugs. That's according to the MPP. One paragraph each of the stories. The first one says Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Mustafa Gbandi, has cautioned that any acts of violence during the upcoming Akwetia by-election will be met with equal resistance, stressing that the party will not allow intimidation to undermine the democratic process. This is completely irresponsible. You are in government. You should not be talking like that. If there are troubles, let's use the institutions of state to deal with the people who foment trouble. The other story says the new Patriotic Party has issued a stern warning ahead of the upcoming by-election in Akwetia, vowing to treat any military interference in the electoral process as staggering. Again, irresponsible talk. The question is whether you can take on the state security merely because you believe that they are doing something untoward. Use the right processes to deal with the problems if there are.
Sharp. Now, the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu is expected to meet the media today at 10 a.m. to address some of the most pressing challenges confronting the nation's capital. The engagement, which will also bring together all metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives in the region, is aimed at outlining coordinated strategies to restore order and improve the quality of life in Accra. Now, on top of the agenda will be the increasing encroachment of unauthorized settlements. A situation officials say undermines urban planning and exposes residents to disasters such as flooding. The minister is also expected to announce measures on planned demolitions to clear these settlements while ensuring affected persons are handled in line with due process. Now, security concerns will also feature prominently, particularly the fixing and maintenance of street lights across the region to curb criminal activities and enhance safety. Sanitation is also on the bill. We're looking forward to the outcome of that.
Let me give you some headlines from the overseer. Says on page 2 that 10 million youth to join labor force by 2040. This coming from the Ministry of Finance and its Chief Director Patrick Numo. He has warned that Ghana must radically rethink its approach to public financial management as the nation braces for a population surge that will place unprecedented pressure on jobs, public services, and economic stability. Quoting United Nations projections, he explained that Ghana's population is expected to reach 45 million by 2040, with 58% under the age of 30. This means nearly 10 million young Ghanaians will enter the labor market over the next 15 years.
So let me tell you about two quick reports received by the Minister of Health yesterday. So the first one on page 7 of the Daily Gist says Ridge Hospital assault probe exposes deep-rooted crisis in emergency healthcare. And Grace Ziga reports that the long-awaited investigative report into the August 17 Ridge Hospital assault incident has shed light on deeper systemic challenges within the emergency healthcare system, far beyond the viral confrontation that triggered a nationwide outrage and condemnation. So if you go further into the report, we're told that the Minister for the sector received the investigative report yesterday. Another report on the same page is by Isa Olego, and it says that Tamale Teaching Hospital report ready. The Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintakanda, has received the final report from the committee set up to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of a patient at the Tamale Teaching Hospital on April 13, 2025.
Two quick stories from me, and we wrap up. And this is Ghana Exhibition 2025 to showcase the best of local innovation and export potential. This is the High Street Journal this morning. Ghana's creativity and entrepreneurial spirit will take center stage this September as This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 returns, promising its biggest and most exciting edition yet, scheduled for September 6 to 7, 2025 at the First Sunderland Children's Park in Accra. The two-day event opens at 10 a.m. daily, bringing together the country's finest homegrown products, innovations, and services. You know what to do. 050205973973 and let's tango. Now, August 27, 2025, shooting at Minneapolis Catholic School Mass. And we are told that a shooter fired through the windows of a church in Minneapolis Wednesday, killing 2 children. Now, 14 other children and 3 elderly parishioners were wounded while marking the first week of class at an Annunciation Catholic School. Very sad development
Really
over there.
unacceptable, and may their souls rest in perfect peace. Quickly though, for those of you who are interested in issues around Balthazar Ngonga.
Yes, Balthazar.
Balthazar Ngonga.
Balthazar.
Famous Balthazar Ngonga. Go to
what does happen again?
Have the gist.
They have the gist. Today he's been jailed 8 years for some matters. So, for those of you who are interested, please.
That was a news review.
Sikaboom. Fidelity Bank say save and win. Muntio. Sikaboom. Just deposit and begin. Every 500 CDs you keep for a month, you get 1 point all at once. More deposits, gets more points in. More points, more cash you feel with. How many points? 1 point every 500 CDs. What if you win? 5,000 CDs monthly. And the grand prize? Hey! 100,000 Ghana CDs.
Don't wait. Visit any Fidelity branch or agent nationwide to deposit in multiples of 500 CDs. The more you deposit, the better your chances to win 5,000 CDs monthly and 100,000 CDs in the grand draw. Terms and conditions apply. Win with us. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Sikaboom.
This is an NLA approved promo, now running on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. And what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protection protector. And what they boss my mind says be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
It's time for the business news. Nashika Caesar is here. It's brought to you by Valex. Valex leads affordable document management solutions, and EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, as well as MTN. Everywhere you go. Good morning, Nashika Caesar.
Good morning, Caleb. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, market watchers back new Bank of Ghana Forex rules despite short timelines. Also coming up, Ghana's corn import to surge to 67% in 2025-2026 report. And later, government to table revised GIPC bill and 24-hour economy authority framework in parliament. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Market watchers say the Bank of Ghana's new foreign exchange guidelines, if enforced, will help minimize money laundering and promote economic stability, even though the September 1 implementation date appears tight. In a notice issued on Wednesday, the central bank reminded travelers that they cannot carry more than $10,000 or its equivalent in other foreign currencies and monetary instruments without declaration. For importers, the new rules require the endorsement of Foreign Exchange Bureau receipt and bank slips evidencing the withdrawal or purchase of foreign currency. Speaking to Citi Business News, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Echiahene said the directive is a necessary step to plug loopholes in Ghana's foreign exchange market and restore confidence in the economy.
I think what is happening at the moment is that he believes that the rules have been too lenient or relaxed too much, and the regulation is not being followed religiously. So I think now he's going on the regulation and ensure that enforcement is done. Well, that is why I saw the effective date from 1st September. I thought it was too near because, the sex people, I think we have, as you said, we relaxed it for a long time. So now people have to be educated to know how much you bring in, how much you take along. And well, in any country where you need to also control money laundering and money, especially money laundering, because you see, the more people take this money out, if it's going to Europe you can't take more than, but if you smuggle it there, then it means that there are fictitious, suspicious and fictitious transactions. So to me, it's another way of stopping the cash that is siphoned out of the system.
That was banking consultant Dr. Richmond Echiahene. Now, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is advising its members who plan to travel overseas to load funds into their credit cards instead of carrying large sums of cash. This measure is to help members avoid breaching the Bank of Ghana's revised threshold of $10,000 for inbound travelers and $50,000 for outbound travelers. The directive comes in response to the Bank of Ghana's newly amended guidelines on the importation and exportation of foreign currency introduced as part of broader anti-money laundering efforts. Speaking to Citi Business News, the Executive Secretary of the Association, Samson Asakia Wingobet, welcomed the move, noting that it aligns with global best practices.
They are not saying that you cannot load your wallet, i.e. your Visa card, more than $10,000. You can load more than that. I think I would advise business community, if you are going and you want to think that you have the potential of buying any product worth more than $10,000, and because it's the limitation that you cannot carry more than $10,000 to cross immigrations or custom unless you declare, then why not? You can load it to your credit card or your Visa card. When you get there, you can use it to procure your
That was Samson Asaki Wingibet, who is Executive Secretary for the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana. Now, Ghana's corn imports are projected to climb sharply in the 2025-2026 marketing year, rising to 500,000 metric tons, a 67% increase over the 2024-2025 estimate. This is according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Grain and Feed Annual 2025 report. Here's more.
According to the report, the jump follows the government's decision to maintain the suspension of restrictions on corn imports, a policy first introduced by the previous government to ease supply pressures and stabilize prices. Corn prices reached a high of 380 cedis per 50 kilogram bag in February 2025 at some farm gates, prompting policymakers to keep the market open to import in order to avert sharp hikes during the lean season. The increased supply from imports is already driving prices down, offering relief to some consumers. However, the policy has also received concerns among local producers. Reports from the Afram Plains indicate a glut in maize production, with farmers struggling to find buyers for their harvest. Some stakeholders within the agricultural value chain warn that without a clear strategy to balance import with domestic production, farmers risk being crowded out of the market. Anthony Morrison, the Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, has been speaking to Citi Business News.
Due to the issues we had last year with the drought and also with the Bagri Dam village and the Volta village, so there were shortages of maize. The government and the minister at the time thought it wise to provide some permit and license for some private companies to import maize. However, I think enough analysis or assessment of the quantum of grains required at the time was not done. So the challenge we are having is that a lot more of imported maize are in the system. We may have to look at a long-term strategy, not only beating down the production cost of several of these produce or products that we produce here in Ghana, but actually becoming more competitive in the areas of quality, in the areas of pricing, and in the areas of accessibility.
That was the CEO of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, Anthony Morrison, ending that report filed by Emmanuel Lopong. To some other stories now, the government is preparing to submit to Parliament a revised Ghana Investment Promotion Centre GIPC bill, along with a legal framework establishing the 24-hour Economy Authority. President John Dramani Mahama disclosed this at the Ghana-Singapore Business Dialogue, adding that he has directed the Attorney General and the Finance Minister to table the bills. He positioned the reforms as part of efforts to attract foreign capital while pitching Ghana as a regional hub and home to the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat in a bid to draw Singaporean investors.
We're pursuing a reform path with predictability. We're strengthening macro stability and fiscal discipline. We're modernizing our revenue systems and applying clear rules-based frameworks for public-private partnerships and private capital. We've amended our public procurement law and streamlined approvals under the Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act to provide fast and transparent pathways for investment. Under my leadership, Ghana will be a trusted, open, and reliable investment partner. To give effect to this vision, I've directed the Attorney General and the Minister of Finance to lay before Parliament two landmark bills: the revised GIPC bill and the legal framework establishing the 24-hour Economy Authority. In the revised act, we have included the most favored nation status, and I'm sure Singapore will qualify for MFN. The most favored nation treatment, fair and equitable treatment, and investment facilitation to make Ghana one of the most business-friendly destinations on the continent.
That was President John Mahama. Now on the interbank market today, the dollar is selling for 10 cedis 95 pesos, while the British pound is going for 14 cedis 77 pesos, and the euro is going for 12 cedis 77 pesewas. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Breakfast News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do you have a great business day?
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s, you lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed. So have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's 13 after 7, and have you guys heard the latest from MTN? If not, then listen. For those who love MTN Free After One, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk. That means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute. And you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. You like what you hear, don't you? That's not all. You also get 100 megabytes of data for free after your first call on Saturdays. Now is the time to talk extra with all the people you love. To subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today, just dial *550# *550# and follow the prompts. Isn't it just amazing how the world is ever changing and evolving? It's fascinating what the next big thing could be. Today is AI, tomorrow who knows. The good thing is that with all these changes, EcoBank has been with us For over 3 decades, they've been innovating and pioneering a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app EcoBank Pay and Express Points across the country, EcoBank is right where you are. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. It's certainly the Pan-African Bank. And here, offices, schools, print hubs. Why buy a photocopier when you can lease a print and print unlimited? We're introducing Valex Lease Equip Limited, Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing service. From just 983 Ghana Citi a month, you can lease a reliable multifunctional photocopier and printer unlimited. Free paper included. And that's not all. Enjoy free toners and cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, plus nationwide coverage across all 16 regions. Stop spending big on machines, papers, repairs, and maintenance. Switch to Valex Lease and keep your cash for what matters. If you're ready to upgrade, visit valexlease.com. Call 0244-644048. Customized payment options and packages are available. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. We'll bring you kickoff shortly. It's our sports news segment on the show, supported by Polytank, Lesheho, and Shell. When it comes to water storage tanks, the name we all know is Polytank. More than 3 decades of experience, trusted by all generations. So make no mistake, always go for guaranteed quality. No matter the size you're looking out for, durability is what you get. And you get Polytank available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner stations. The question for you is that we do not request for Momo payments online. Polytank, Papa no Ankasa. So you deserve financial peace, and Lesheho is here to give you just that. Whether it's education, rent, unexpected experience, we've got the right expenses, we've got the right loans to meet your needs at the right time. WhatsApp or call Nana 02700 4799. Lesheho, let's improve life. And how do you want your engine to feel today? Protected, confident, ready to perform? That's when Shell V-Power comes in with its Dynaflex technology, specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and fuel performance. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell, go well. Edwin Kwakuf is here with Kickoff.
It's Thursday morning on the City Breakfast Show. Welcome to Kickoff with me, Edwin Kwakofi. Later, we'll bring you reactions from the Carabao Cup as English 4th Division side Grimsby Town shockingly beat Manchester United and knocked them out of the tournament. We'll also bring you updates from the WAFU Zone B Champions League qualifiers and more on the Black Stars' road to the 2026 World Cup. I am Edwin Kwakofi, as I said, thanks to Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Polytangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Let's start with the Democracy Cup, and with just a few days, the 2025 Democracy Cup between Hearts of Oak and City rivals Accra Great Olympics at the University of Ghana Stadium. Members of Parliament on Wednesday presented the trophy to the Military High Command as part of efforts to promote national unity through democracy. The delegation, which included high-profile parliamentarians and former Black Stars defender John Mensah, handed over the trophy on behalf of Parliament. My colleague Abi Ofe was there and has more in this report.
The Democracy Cup, first launched in 2024, forms part of a broader initiative to youth football as a tool for civic education and national unity. The Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Babin, championed the idea, leveraging the sport's popularity to deepen understanding of Ghana's democratic system. In the build-up to this year's edition of September 5 at the University of Ghana Stadium, members of Parliament on Wednesday, August 27, made a stop at Bema Camp to further whip up interest for the initiative. The trophy was received on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, by Rear Admiral Godwin Levinos Besson, together with other senior officers. Clerk of Parliament, Ebenezer Ahuma Jetro, stressed that the Democracy Cup has now become a regular fixture on the national calendar, enjoying the support of the President, the Speaker of Parliament, and the Chief Justice.
We see a concept of unity of purpose characterizing that process. Unity of purpose, which is so essential, important for purposes of developing, for purposes of building, for purposes of achieving excellence. So, with this in mind, the Speaker led the process and we launched the Democracy Cup.
Rear Admiral Godwin Levinos Besson, speaking on behalf of the military, welcomed the initiative and highlighted its importance in fostering national unity.
As neutral players in our democratic dispensation, and that is the armed forces, we actually welcome this agenda which has been set up by our legislative arm of government, spearheaded by the Right Honorable Speaker. And we assure you that come September 5th, we will mobilize our personnel in their numbers to come and grace this important occasion. Ghana is a football nation, and as such, virtually all of us are footballers.
Right, so the trophy hits the office of the defense staff ahead of the big game on September 5 at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. As part of promoting peace and unity in the country, they had to do this together. Everybody that would show some big of interest ahead of that big game that's been dubbed the Democracy Cup 2025. For Channel 1 Sports, I am Gabi Ofe.
That was a report by my colleague Gabi Ofe. Let's move to the GFA, where their communications director Henry Asantichum says the Black Stars are fully focused on winning their upcoming World Cup qualifiers to stay ahead in the race to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Ghana will play Chad on September the 4th and face Mali 4 days later at the Accra Sports Stadium. He explained that the team is approaching the task one game at a time.
We're hoping to win. We are focused on ourselves. We believe that the best thing to do at this point is not to think about the other games. We will take the games one after the other. We have Chad next. We have to prepare well and be next and go to N'Djamena and pick a win. After that, we will come to Mali, another difficult game. Even though it's going to be in Accra, we know that the crowd will be behind the Black Stars, but it's not going to be easy. We have to fight for the points. We have to leave sweat on the pitch. And that's what the technical team is focused on doing. At the end of these two matches, we want to grab the maximum points, and that will definitely make our qualification much easier. And then in October, we'll wrap it up against Central African Republic and Comoros.
You heard the GFA Communications Director Henry Asanchichum. Let's stay with the Black Stars, and the Deputy CEO of Primeval Media and seasoned sports journalist Jeffrey Asare says the latest Black Star squad for the World Cup qualifiers has been carefully selected with one aim: to get the job done. Speaking on Football Made in Ghana on Channel 1 TV, Jeff explained that this stage of the qualifiers, results matter most, so it's no surprise that not every player has been included in the team.
The cycle. If you recall 2006 World Cup, majority of people that qualified the team were not the ones that went to the World Cup. Yeah. So when you are at the stage where it's qualification time, you need experience, you need people who can get the job done, people agree who are tactically disciplined to get the job done. At this stage, we only want the job to be done. When we are going to work out proper, that is when then you can take your time and make sure that you are sending your best that you have. But at this stage, it's about qualification. Everything you are doing is about how you qualify. Here, it's not fine football. You grind result, get a 3 point, that's what matters. You understand me? You beat Chad, you beat Mali, and then you finish, you come out. That is the most important thing. So, coaches normally will pick players who they think that can get the job done.
You heard from seasoned sports journalist Jeffrey Asare. Meanwhile, Citi FM and Channel 1 Sports Desk's Yao Ajay has raised questions over the decision to invite Thomas Partey for the Black Stars' upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Partey is due in court on September the 2nd, just 2 days before Ghana face Chad on the 4th. Yeah, Jay Minta says the situation puts the midfielder and the team in a very difficult position.
Somebody like Thomas Partey, as they deal plus in legal issues, no? That mean I think say like then go excuse them small.
But that could be up to the player or
at the back. But like this one, if they put the player in a very difficult situation, make him handle the legal issues. In the back. Then in position, you fit give another player in the back. If you true say, it be crucial games with the goal play. Then they need all your best players available. But you also for think about the player too.
That was Citi Sports' Yao Ejay Minta speaking on Channel 1 TV's Pigeon Show Football Made in Ghana. Well, to women's football and in the Women's Champions League qualifiers, Police Ladies won against Samnelli. They beat them by 3-1. Now let's head to the Carabao Cup, where for the first time in their history, Manchester United have been knocked out of the Carabao Cup by a fourth-tier side. League 2 club Grimsby Town stunned the Red Devils after a 2-2 draw before edging them 12-11 on penalties. After the game, Grimsby goalkeeper Christy Pym and striker Charles Venom described the victory as a night they will never forget.
Yeah, it's not sunk in yet. I'm a Man United fan, so I'm half fuming a little bit.
Are you?
Yeah, I am, yeah. So, nights like this, what you play football for, so yeah, beautiful.
We were talking, Charles, you said that you wanted to fast forward the penalty shootout. How did it feel there?
Not that I didn't trust this man, but yeah, it's a nervy wait, and when it just kept going on and on, you just never know, and we scored one, and then you think, we've got a chance, and some of the standard of their penalties was unbelievable, so yeah, it's an amazing feeling, like one that will live on forever.
You heard from heroes from Grimsby, goalkeeper Christy Pym and striker Charles Venom. Meanwhile, Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim says he's sorry for the loss in his apology to fans. Speaking after the game, he said the best team won and sometimes the best players lose.
It's hard to talk about that. I just want to say I'm really sorry for the fans. The support that they gave me and the support that always, with all the defeats, that they helped the team today. I have nothing to say. I'm really sorry. It's hard to talk about that. It doesn't. In the end, doesn't matter if you recover or not. It's the signs that the team gave during the game, the beginning of the game. So I know that the best team won. The only team that was on the pitch. The best players lose, because one team can win against any group of players, and I think that the team and the players spoke really loud.
That was Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim. In the competition's other results, Fulham beat Bristol City by 2-0. Everton were 2-0 winners at home to Mansfield Town, and Brighton, they hammered Oxford United by 6-0. Now, Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker says the quality of the Red Squad has gone up following their new signings this summer. Alisson believes that with the club having already won the Premier League in recent years, the new additions can push the team standards even higher.
It's really high. I think for the new players coming in, for their qualities, it's unquestionable. They are top players, all of them. You can see from the first moment you met them that they are smart guys, and they understand that here Liverpool has a type of player to be involved in the process. So all of them, they are into this kind of mentality. You need to have a winner mentality. You need to like to work really hard and to give your best, because here you don't play only for yourself. You play for your teammates. You play for all the club, and you play for the supporters as well.
That was Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker. And finally, Novak Djokovic had to dig deep to reach the third round of the US Open, coming from a set down to beat American qualifier Zachary Svada. Speaking after the match, Djokovic admitted he wasn't pleased with his performance on the night, but gave full credit to Svada for pushing him hard.
I obviously love winning in straights, to be honest, if I can. But in the days like this, where obviously as you progress in the tournament, the matches are only going to get tougher, and Alex has been now established top 10, top 15 player for the last couple of years, and you know, he's, as I said, very tough to play against on this surface. I've never faced him on this surface, so I was slightly more nervous coming into this match, and that reflected, I think, on my game in the first set. Yeah, I mean, it was a very difficult encounter, a lot of challenging moments for me.
That was Novak Djokovic, and that's the end of Kickoff. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. I am Edwin Kwakofi. Kickoff was powered by Shell. Shell Go Well. Zonda GH, Politangana, and Shehu. Let's improve live. The City Breakfast Show with Caleb Kuda continues.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, we improve your life. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did for Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Charlie, not again. And I need to return this car by Friday. No money and payday is 3 weeks away? How do I fix this? How? Bank loan, account setup, long process. Nah, forget it. Let me see if Fafa can help.
Yes. Fafa from Bank of Africa can sort you out fast. From engine repairs to school fees or side hustle support, Quick Fix Loan from Bank of Africa is here for you. Call 030-224-9690 or chat Fafa at boaghana.com and take advantage of the Quick Fix Loan for salaried workers. Offered at an unbeatable interest rate with no cash deposit required. Promo runs from now to 31st October. T's and C's apply.
Hey, Fafa, wait here. Papa.
Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
What if the life you've always imagined is just one bold decision away? What if a globally recognized degree, a lucrative career, a new future for you and your family is right here, not in the future, not in theory, but now at the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025. Dreams are rising and Canada is opening the doors. Explore undergraduate and postgraduate study options, paid internships, and learn how the post-graduation work permit can launch your career in Canada. It's happening on the 20th of September at Accra City Hotel, 10 a.m. prompt, and it is free, but you have to register. So call or WhatsApp 025-6299-707 to get started. Imagine success, think Canada. Attend the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangy fruit drink, bursting with tangy flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
The luckiest everywhere for everyone.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Ensure better and from medical Trabotoyum. You say calm down. Magachiju. Don't worry. Wokuno, you know, frustrate.
Yes.
Yeah, take it easy. And move in that out. No, I love the song. Ghana rap softball.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yeah, you know, he's a legend.
Yeah, man.
of a musician.
Yes.
And there's a legend of the what do you call it?
The Labour Front.
The Labour Front.
Oh, there's a legend.
Yes, a legend. I mean, legend in many respects. And today, as a comrade, I think it would be useful to actually celebrate him. So let me, if I may.
Therefore, if I may,
let me read. Let me read this statement from the Ghana Federation of Labour.
Okay.
Celebrating the great legend I'm talking about. It says that Mr. Kumson has dedicated over 5 decades of his life to the cause of organized labor in Ghana. His journey at Tema Textiles Limited in 1981, when he was elected local union secretary under the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, ICU. So rising through the ranks, he became the assistant branch secretary in 1983. This is the Tema branch secretary in 1985. And Deputy General Secretary of the ICU in 1988. Now, his fearless advocacy and visionary leadership reshaped the cause of trade unionism in our country, Ghana. Now, in 1993, he led the establishment of the Textiles, Garment, and Leather Employers Union, which is the TEGLU, as we normally call them. And a few years later founded the Ghana Federation of Labour, which is the GFL, in 1997, which was officially inaugurated in April of 1999. Now today, the GFL stands as a respected voice for over 70,000 workers across 14 affiliate unions. Thanks to his enduring commitment, resilience, and strategic leadership as a person. Now, Mr. Kumson's legacy, according to this statement, is one of courage, independence, and an unwavering service to workers, the common worker, people like you and I. Now, he has been at the forefront of wage negotiation, salary matters, national policy debates, and international labor advocacy. And I must say I've interviewed him on a number of occasions. Always ensuring that the rights and welfare of working people in this country and elsewhere remain at the heart of national development. Now, on this remarkable milestone, which is to say that Mr. Abraham Kumson is 80 years old today, the leadership, affiliates, and the entire membership of the Ghana Federation of Labour join hands in celebrating his life, leadership, and legacy. We are proud to have him as a guiding light and mentor, and we wish him good health, peace, and fulfillment in the years ahead. Happy 80th birthday, senior comrade Ken Kumson.
Nice one.
It is signed by Moses Ziza, who is the Deputy General Secretary responsible for administration for the Ghana Federation of Labour, and Kenneth Kumson, who is the Deputy General Secretary responsible for operations.
Nice.
I must say that he's an exciting man to always listen to, Mr. Ken Kumson. There were times that we got into very hot interviews on Eyewitness News, but he's a fantastic man any day.
Nice
Speaks
one.
his mind. You might disagree with him. And from what we have read, he's provided inspiration that has guided the Labour Light for many years.
So I would like to wish my mom, Josephine Mensah Forson, a happy birthday.
Mommy.
So this is from all of us, myself,
Yes.
Penny Nirama Pakwesi, and your husband Kweku, and the entire team here. To you, we love you. We are thankful for all the sacrifices. We are thankful that you started Tekura. We are thankful for all your love and care, and we say God bless you richly.
So you are enjoying the fruits of your labor.
And then
you started Tekura, you are enjoying it.
Let me also send birthday wishes all the way to the nether regions of Leeds.
Oh, beautiful.
In the King's homeland.
Yes.
King Charles's homeland.
Yes.
To my good friend Kwame Adakwa,
beautiful.
who has decided to become like Caleb. He's a professional MC.
Oh, I see. That's a Bonti nursing.
Yeah, but he's doing really well. So my good friend Kwame Adakwa have a very good one. He's doing some outstanding work out there. It makes a lot of people happy with what he does. And thank you. Somebody did provide the officer's name.
Right.
Apparently, he's Chief Inspector.
Yes,
Gideon
Adevu.
Yes, Adevu.
Yes, Chief Inspector.
Mamprobi Police MTTD.
Of the Mamprobi Police
Yes,
MTTD.
Nice
So,
one.
good morning to you, and
Fantastic.
wherever you are, just keep up the good work.
Fantastic.
In fact, we have to raise his salary and we have to raise his rank and get him up to provide a lot of supervision. Yes, it's great we have officers like that in traffic, directing traffic, doing it seamlessly, and showing care and compassion when necessary. They should provide a lot more inspiration. So we may want to elevate him up the ladder so that he can do a lot more.
Because just 200 meters away from him,
Other things are happening.
he has some colleagues at the other junction there. They are not doing the uniform proud.
They are doing bavutas.
They are not doing the uniform proud.
No, there are more heartwarming developments that are coming up that we'll be highlighting for you this morning. For example, the community of Bakpa. You remember New Bakpa during the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. They now have a market that has come to life thanks to the listeners and viewers of Channel 1 Television, Citi FM. We built a market with 1.3 million Ghana cedis, and some life has returned to the area. And so we'll highlight that a bit. On the health front, well, there's mixed feelings, divided opinion over the outcomes or findings of the committee that was set up to investigate the alleged assault of a healthcare worker at Ridge Hospital. Of course, so much more coming up today. Those of us who are in the floral side of things are excited by what the president saw, and we are looking forward to what that can bode for us. A lot more will happen this morning, but 0549-986-996 is where you can also join us with what's on your heart, what's on your mind. While we get into it, Go Ghana, Absa Bank Ghana Limited has great news for you. Banking just got a whole lot easier, and it's happening right in your neighborhood with Absa Agency Banking. With Absa Agency Banking, you can now deposit cash, withdraw money, and pay your bills all quickly, securely, and without long queues. That's right, no need to travel far or wait in line. It's banking made simple and straight where you are. And here's something even better, you can be a part of it. So if you are a business owner or someone who loves serving your community, why not become an ABSA agent? It's a great way to earn extra income, grow your business, and help bring banking closer to the people. If you're interested, please call 0248 573-293. Visit absa.com.ga to apply. Absa Agency Banking. Banking made easy, powered by you. Your story matters, Absa. Now, if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, Piva Beverages is right where you are. We've got Piva Cola flavor, Piva Orange Fruit, and Piva Cocktail Fruit Drink, Grapefruit Drink, as well as Piva Tangy Fruit Drink, all available at a local store near you. Kindly call 0550-032-2314 for more. Piva Beverages is a taste you will love. And if you're looking for a loan, Solis Finance provides fast, reliable micro loans and asset financing, perfect for entrepreneurs and salaried workers. Terms and conditions apply. Just download the app, Solis Finance app, and you enjoy a host of benefits. And with every single CD you save, it stays exactly where it's got to be. Call 059-957-7963 for more. Remember to download the Solis Finance app from Google Play Store or the App Store today. If you want to visit our office, we are at number 9 Ouagadougou Street, East Legon. Solis Finance, your money, your power.
Okay, life is full of surprises. When the unexpected happens, you need support that's convenient and fast. With over 180 years of expertise, Old Mutual understands that you don't have to wait for what is rightfully yours. You can make claims of up to 3,000 Ghana cedis instantly on all your savings policies. No long waits, no paperwork, simply claims paid instantly. Call Old Mutual today on 030-7600 or visit www.oldmutual.com or send a WhatsApp to 050-833-3537. Old Mutual, do great things every day. Your tomato mix should make cooking easier and fantastic. That's why Gino Pepper and Onion offers you a unique blend of tomatoes mixed with pepper and onions to make those delicious recipes come to life. No more wasting time on blending and grinding of onions and pepper. You have it all in one. Now, what's the saying? Let's make some sweet, memorable moments with Gino Pepper and Onion to prepare our favorite stews, jollof, soup, and many more. You can find Gino Pepper and Onion in any open market, retail shops, supermarkets, and many more. Gino truly cares.
Okay, so our colleague in the Volta region, Sky Godfred and Kakra, his name is Desmond Agor, and he's visited the new backpack. You know, since the spillage, the committee's report that came up, it appears not so much support and attention has even gone that way, but it's been 2 years, if I remember correctly. Our attention and focus has been on the people right after the relief support we gave them in the emergency situation. We've built hospitals, we've built markets, we've put schools together, and now we're seeing the results. The market has brought life back to the people of New Bakba. You were there a number of times in the heart of the devastation, and you reported, you know, very extensively the impacts and the damage that the spillage of the dam did to people's livelihoods, their markets, their farms, their source of livelihood. Basically, life was disrupted for them. But Desmond Agor returns to New Bakba and reports that they have a game changer now, which is the market that Citi FM Foundation was able to put up for the people, thanks to the kind and generous donations from our listeners. So let's join Desmond Agor shortly in this report he found from the New Bakba market.
For many farmers, the new market is a game changer. It is expected to reduce post-harvest losses, cut down travel to bigger markets outside the district, and improve household incomes for those who previously struggled to sell their produce. Traders who have already started operating in the market say the facility is a long-awaited intervention that will stimulate economic activity in the area. They have, however, appealed for expansion to accommodate the growing number of traders.
Because aji do malo lo le fake bigia ele simple one taza focho wa poma vakro asi simple nye 30 cedis mata ko plan gbogbo la se we feel like egbe ko bi kaka ele popular amoso ba if mi wa du moto kura pokura ha e shock ni mi la bi amocho asi vuvu tepo vuvu kura va sugbo umyo amoyo kura ha lenta e wonuku like ebuto ha be eye nwanwa mere kumida akpene Citi FM Tobe overdress name le bakpa duo ma mi ha mi anasi pro mi ga huro ga ididi fa be so ka ko pokra di do mana na ka ba fulo nu ta mi dakpa na be ale otu ase na mi nene
enu ye kon bala adoji jonu ye ma dakpa na mi onya jodo la kata fi ha ma una yira mi ale ko wen ke ga kan mi mo ponya be an be asi hola ma de ami obonu ta to mi oge baba mari nya de kokuna mi nya to mi ejire mia agbene juru robe network ba so buga kokpolo asi continue mi to.
The chief of New Bakba and his elders also stressed the urgent need for improved road networks to ensure easier access for traders and buyers from other towns.
You can see there is no good road to the market that leads to the market, so we appeal to the district chief executive and the president, Central Town, to speed up and do the access road to the market.
Meanwhile, the district chief executive for Central Town, Doji Addison Monyu, commended the Citi FM Foundation and assured that government will prioritize the market's expansion and work on road construction to ease the movement of goods and services.
So that was Desmond Agor's report. You heard some of the locals speak in the native language. They were basically talking about how the establishment of the market has opened up the area. More traders have come from different communities and townships to trade there, and being the first day of market, they were overwhelmed at the sheer number of people, patrons who had come there to buy, and so they were grateful. They are grateful to CDFM and our listeners, and they actually appealed to the government to expand the market because already demand has exceeded the space, so they are looking forward to an expansion of the market that we've put up for them. And then also the road network that leads to the market is in poor shape, so they're appealing to the government to fix the road for them so that life is a lot more easier for them. But Sky, it's really heartwarming to know that once an area devastated and people full of hopelessness as a result of their livelihoods, disrupted following the spillage of the dam, today they're all excited, back to business, trading and making money, and life goes on. It's really amazing what a decent infrastructure, decent piece of facility can do for a communities, not just the immediate community, but even neighboring and distant ones, all trooping there to sell their produce from the farms and make a living.
Yes, I think it's an important reminder of what life-changing spaces can do to the life of a community. This was a community that was uprooted from its original location following the disaster we saw some 2-3 years ago, when the Volta River Authority felt it was necessary to release excess water in the Akosombo Dam. It happened under very questionable circumstances, but that matter is sort of behind us now because there was some report that was prepared and submitted to the authorities, and we're told that they will implement the findings of the committee that investigated it fully. But because immediately we did not see the level of urgency that would have met a situation like that from the government, we as a station decided to call on those who have always supported us, you, the people of this country, and beyond, the companies operating within the country, the individuals who care about, who have fellow feeling for other citizens of the Republic. And they responded in huge numbers. People brought in all the support they could, marshal, including kids, children in many of our schools also showed support. And it was a life-changing moment for me, myself, and many of my colleagues here who supported this initiative, from management right down to the very man at the very bottom, supporting the cause of going to the aid of communities affected. And as you rightly stated, we've put up dormitories for people who were in distress, so that they could have a place to lay their head. Mind you, many people lost their homes entirely. Some communities took several months to actually get back to their original homes. But those that were built with mud and related,
just gone.
Yes, went
gone
away
with the
like
water.
that. It was important that we did that. This latest handover speaks to our commitment to ensuring that we did not only provide a place for the people to lay their heads, but a place for them to be able to find some space to ensure economic livelihood. Because if the people have a place to lay their heads and they do not have a place to find
business,
money or to be able to transact business or sell their wares, they become economically destitute. So it was important that this initiative was taken. And for a community that was entirely removed from its own island and relocated to a place they will call, a strange place, although it came with the magnanimity of the local chiefs and all of that, as a result of the magnanimity of the local chiefs and all of that. I think that they have found savior. A savior in the markets provided, a savior in the economic livelihoods or the livelihoods that they are likely to draw out of the market, and then also a savior in ensuring that their farm produce do not go to waste, because these were largely farmers, fishermen, people who were doing menial jobs just to survive, and all of that wiped away overnight because waters entered their homes and destroyed many things. So I can only say that thank you to all the people who played a huge part in making this possible. You have no idea what it will mean to a single mother. You have no idea what it will mean to a man who lost everything. You have no idea what it will mean to an orphan or someone who did not know previously where his next meal was coming from. We have been able to do this because you were there, you supported us, you gave meaning to our own vision about how to make things a little better for the people affected. And we are most grateful that you've been able to make this happen. To all the big companies that invested, who supported us with huge sums, in some cases with iron rods, in some cases with building materials like cement and electrical wiring materials and all of that. We say a big thank you. Where you got that investment from, may God replenish it in a billion ways. If someone is planning evil about your company, may the Lord God expose the person. Amen. And may you grow from strength to strength. And those of you who contributed your widow's mite, there were people who told me that they were going to pay their ward school fees, but upon hearing the stories we were telling on the radio, they couldn't in good conscience go and pay those fees when people were in distress. They decided to turn their vehicles around to come here and donate in support of this cause. We are most grateful. And we do know and we believe, we say those words because we believe the same, that the Lord God will make way for your ward who suffered some discomfort, just so that someone elsewhere will be able to put a smile back on his own face. Thank you so much for all that you have done, and from a grateful station to hardworking people of this country and people of Bakba. Say thank you.
It's heartwarming. I mean, we don't only come to rant about the problems we have in our society. We have also become a conduit for solutions to same. If you take away the market that we're seeing now at New Bakba, not long, you recall that we also put up a health center at Mefa, which cost about 1.5 million Ghana cedis, and subsequently we heard that the first baby was, delivered in that particular hospital. And so there are life-changing stories to what we're doing, and particularly with the collaboration and generosity of our listeners. So it's really heartwarming, and these are moments we all have to share in the pride of the outcome of what we are seeing, the results. So thank you all for sticking and staying with us. Relevant Radio always, we're always excited. There are small wins, big wins, and we celebrate them all together. In fact, yesterday I'm told the Revolution area you complained about was swept after we raised attention to that. But we'll get into tech and social media trends, and then we'll throw some more light on that as well. No, one kid has come.
Yeah, because when we were in the village, we were seeing Chama Rollins put the thing on. And we were inspired by, there were very immaculate nature. He would dress, he would go there and do his thing. And in his memory, we can't leave Chama Rollins' place like that. I protest.
It's very
very strongly.
It's very important. Yes, but before we continue the protest,
it's good to know that they are sweeping the place. And it goes that radio gets results.
It does.
It's good.
Absolutely, it does get results. And when you stick with us, we get more results. So check and social media trends is up next. Edwin Kalkofi is here. It's brought to you by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. Now, First Bank Ghana has been running the junior internship program. It is running all the way to September 12th. If you have kids who are 12 or below, sign them up for the Me First Kids First account. If they are between 10 and 14, Me First account is what you do. Then you apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. You have learning experiences at any of First Bank Ghana's branches. Then they will receive a certificate and products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent. And then they will write an essay where they can win some money through that process. 0596-921-921 is the number to call for more details. Ghana National Council of Private Schools is proud to be associated with this. Edwin Kwakove is in with tech and social media trends. Someone sent a message earlier to say they are aware what's trending already is Man United.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought yesterday they won.
These are trends for all of us.
So
let's start with football. So Onana, Grimsby, Amorim, Manchester United are trending for obvious reasons. Very obvious reasons.
Godfrey, the way you are staring at everyone,
I want your response. Very obvious reasons.
This is why I was exercising my discretion. Can I exercise my discretion to take over the tech and social media trends for the day? After that, you can come with the news. What is this?
Yeah, so United were knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Grimsby Town, who are in the 4th tier of English football.
We know.
Yeah, Grimsby Town, they led 2-0 actually, but then United pegged back. It went to penalties, and 2 of United's new signings, Cunha and Mbeumo, they missed in the shootout, and United are out of the Carabao Cup. So people are calling for Ruben Amorim's exit as United manager. They want him sacked because things aren't going well at all. One of the 3 trophies that they could win this season, one is gone.
They have not won the shower, no. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure we'll do better next time. We support them every now and then, and it's painful. I actually thought they had won the match yesterday, but it's okay. We'll get there next time. Nothing is okay.
Okay, so Godfred brought you the story about the DVLA plates yesterday. Well, today, the person who says he originally designed the plates, he came out a couple of days ago and he was insinuating that it had been stolen. His ideas had been stolen. People went online, they were outraged. They called for him to be compensated, or at least mentioned because of everything. He tweeted his original designs in 2023.
I see.
Yeah, and even with corrections, additions and everything, including the maps of the various regions under the numbers. But then other people also went to pull out number plates from other countries, including Nigeria, which had similar designs of the map and everything. So people are saying he doesn't deserve any compensation because other people have designed the same way, including the US as well. So why should he be compensated? So the argument is going online. Should he or should he not be
compensated?
Yes, get any recognition for those designs?
If there's some basis for a claim, I'm sure he can prosecute that properly at the appropriate forum. I think that IP rights must be respected, and where people have done work in the context of law and IP, practice, those rights must be compensated properly. And I'm not saying that he deserves one or he doesn't deserve one. But if he feels strongly that he did some work, and work is a technical term here,
he should use the appropriate forum to get redress.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if he feels that his rights have been infringed, he knows what to do.
Okay, so Akwaaba and Accra are trending because there's a worrying conversation online by some people who have expressed their opposition to the idea of Akwaaba being used to welcome guests at the Kotoka International Airport, for instance, and also the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So they believe that since these places are situated in Accra, the Ghana language should be used to welcome.
So they prefer
Obake
to Akwaaba.
Yes, that is what they say. So
the Ghana word for Akwaaba is
Obake.
Oh, I see.
I learned that this week as a result of the brouhaha.
Oh, I see.
So until then, I didn't really know.
Oh, I see. Obake.
Hello, Dienakai.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not. My Ghana is not great, but based on what I learned, Obake.
Okay, I honestly, I read it, so I don't know how it said. I read it
because it's 2 O's and then.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, I see. Maybe OJ can help us, or
let me go ask.
But I don't think that it's not frivolous. At best, we should use the multiplicity of
languages.
Yes, I mean, if you put it there, Akwaaba, Obake, Wezo, the northern ones, the Nzima one, the Fanti one. I mean, because we are one people with some rich diversity. So I think that there's some point in there to be taken on board.
Okay, so before I move into tech news, there was this story. Nigerians have been trending all week because a number of Nigerian influencers came into Ghana and they were sharing their experiences in Ghana. Basically, most of their comments suggested Nigerians were better off than Ghanaians, saying that the Naira has more purchasing power than the Citi. Fuel was relatively cheaper in Nigeria. Expressing concerns about the food and all that.
Nigeria is safer also.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So people were not too happy with what they were saying. A number of people claimed they were paid by the Nigerian government to come to Ghana and try and make Nigeria look better for the current government because they are not too popular at the moment. So that's what has been going on social media this week.
So Nigeria is safer than
Nigeria.
Yeah. What matrix did they use?
No problem. We here. That's what we can say.
That's
We here.
okay. But they are brothers. We love them, and yes, so we wish them all the best. Tinubu is in trouble. You will see. Godfrey, what's happening? What are you reading from Lagos and Abuja?
Nothing.
Okay, so to tech news.
Yes, please.
A very worrying story. The parents of Adam Rain have sued OpenAI after their 16-year-old took his life back in April. But in months since, it's been revealed that he had a conversation or several conversations with ChatGPT on methods of taking your own life. And in some instances, ChatGPT encouraged him and stopped him from informing parents or guardians or friends of the processes he had undertaken. So he got around the ChatGPT's the fact that ChatGPT has to inform suicide operators of such a situation if anybody makes such an inquiry. He got around it by saying he was doing the research for a story he was writing. So obviously ChatGPT provided some answers. There was one moment where he uploaded a picture of a noose hanging from the ceiling and said that he wants to leave it up so that his parents will see and then somebody can stop him from going through that. But then ChatGPT discouraged him from doing that. So the parents have taken OpenAI to court because they felt that the conversations that had been going on for months should have been flagged and it could have helped save the life of Adam Brain. So
how old was he?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Wow. It raises very important legal, ethical issues that regulation would have to seriously take into consideration. Because as you said, ideally, things like that ought to have been flagged.
Yeah.
But then there's also a debate out there, as the gentleman, the young boy, the departed did, getting around the barriers with a claim that, he was writing a story. It's difficult. I think there's a lot more that needs to be done, and it's unfortunate that the young man died the way he did. But I'm sure the courts will do justice to this matter because I believe it should be a decision that will be forward-looking and help to develop the space and also ensure responsible use of the same, and then impose obligations where appropriate on owners of the space, like OpenAI and related AI institutions.
Well, so that was second social media trends. Thank you, Edwin Kwao Kofi.
Listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank. You first.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
ShopRite's low price birthday is on, which means you get all the low price deals without missing a beat. Celebrate with incredible savings like 237 ml Ensure milkshake all variant for just 44 cedis, 99 pesos each, and 125-gram Titus sardine for only 14 cedis, 99 pesos. Offers valid until 7th September. Don't miss out on our party rock and low prices. Only at ShopRite. Lower prices you can trust always. Plus, you can stand to win groceries for a year. Simply purchase 3 participating products. Check your code on your competition till slip and enter via our WhatsApp line. Competition ends 7 September. See in store for more details.
Experience Ghana like never before. Celebrate the very best of made in Ghana products and services at the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2025. From beautifully crafted traditional items to cutting-edge local innovations, this 2-day fair will showcase Ghana's finest, from SMEs, startups, research hubs, manufacturers to proudly homegrown brands across every sector. And that's not all. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. It's Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025 at 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. It's going to be at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. Now for inquiries or registration, call 0205-973-973. This Is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Ecobank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rise, and is supported by Twilliam Industrial Company Limited and Built Financial Technologies.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all,
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and also patients. This advert is FDA approved. Charlie, parenting is no joke, so let's make it a little easier. The DC Back to School Discount Fair is bringing all the top suppliers of school items under one roof on the 29th, 30th, and 31st of August at the former Dansuman Melcom behind Dansuman Post Office. From 9 a.m. each day, you can get school bags, kids' shoes, books, electronics, stationery, water bottles, and everything your child needs at huge discounts of up to 50%. Yes, side attractions for kids include bouncy castles, cotton candy, popcorn, ice cream, and more. The DC Back to School Discount Fair is proudly sponsored by EcoBank and Enterprise Life with media support from Citi FM, Kantanka TV, and Springboard Studios. Call 026-222-0042 for details.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So we're turning our attention to the report of a committee set up by the Honorable Minister of Health to investigate the altercation at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital on Sunday, 17th of August 2025. There was a press conference yesterday. We have the report before us. We'll bring you details of that report, and there are some reactions coming from the the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. So we'll bring you that, and the Health Ministry has reacted to their reactions as well. So we'll bring you that as well. However, the prices of your favorite 300 ml PET Coca-Cola Ghana beverages have dropped across Ghana. And that means that you can share a Coke now for only 5 Ghana cedis. Whether you're a Kofi Anadra, a Kwabna, or an Akosia, your personalized bottle is waiting for you at your favorite joint. So look sharp, go find your name, find your bottle, and enjoy it at a new lower price. Share a Coke is more than a name on a bottle. It is a celebration of the real magic of human connection. So go on, share a moment, share a smile, share a Coke now for less. So we have the report, right, Kakra? Here's some excerpts you want.
Yes, so I'll share that with you. I'll start from the people that were tasked to look into the matter, the committee members. It's a 7-member committee, including Dr. Lawrence Ofori-Buedu, the chairman, acting as chairman of the committee, and he's director of Institutional Care Division at the Ghana Health Service. There's also Mr. Wilfred Addo. He's head of internal audit at the Ministry of Health. Then Mr. Lawrence Lawson, Human Resource Ministry of Health. Mrs. Evelyn Amuakon, Deputy Director N&M Ministry of Health. Mr. Abubakar Mutiu Rahman, Legal Practitioner Ministry of Health. Mr. Tony Goodman, Deputy Director and Head of Communications Ministry of Health. And Dr. Ebenezer Odro Mensah, who is a co-opted member. He's a Deputy Director of Clinical Services, I believe the Ministry of Health or Ghana Health Service. Here are the terms of reference or the objectives for the committee. The mandate of the committee was to investigate, among others, 1, the circumstances that led to the alleged delay in providing care to the patient brought under emergency. 2, the events and factors that escalated into an alleged assault of a health professional. 3, the state of security at the hospital at the time of the incident. 4, the number of nurses and doctors who were on duty at the time of the incident. The committee was expected to submit its findings and recommendations to the health minister by Wednesday, 27th August. For necessary action. And the period of work, which is also a chapter in the report, reads that the committee commenced its work immediately after their inauguration on Wednesday, 20th August 2025, and ended on Tuesday, 26th August 2025. During the period, the committee had 4 formal sit-ins or seating and interviewed 13 individuals of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital Management to investigate and submit its report. Now to the chapter of methodology. The committee sat at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital on Wednesday and Thursday, 21st August 2025, and engaged the underlisted in the table below. The committee again met at the ICT conference room of the Ministry of Health to finalize the report. The idea behind the engagement was to obtain untainted details of all facts and material evidence to the matter under investigation to enable the committee obtain unbiased findings and make recommendations per the terms of reference. So this is the list of people interviewed that it was referring to. You have one, Miss Pamela Anie J. Bonsu, who is a nursing officer, emergency ambulance, Bertha Akpabi, PNO and ward in charge, and also nurse manager of emergency department, Dr. Nane Fia Boating, emergency physician specialist and head of ED, Miss Valentina Fuakwa, senior staff nurse, trauma room at ED, and ED is referring to the emergency department, Dr. Johnson Deco, MO, Trauma and Orthopedics Department, Miss Rejoice Botehoko, rotation nurse at ER, an assault victim, Dr. Esther Sadiku, first year house officer, Trauma and Orthopedics, Dr. Princess Tari Mokolamte Padukombe, who is a senior HO, surgical trauma and ortho. So we go to the findings of the report 2.1.
There are two others, so we have Perpetual Welbeck also there, who is also, and then also Dr. Leslie Isa, Adam Zakaria.
Okay, so then let me use yours. Thank you, Sky. So to the findings in relation to the terms of reference, I'll read them as follows. The circumstances that led to the alleged delay in providing care to the patient brought in an emergency. The committee found that one, there was no delay in attending to the patient with suspected head injury, who was the reason behind the agitation by Ralph Williams and the motorbike riders that he had been abandoned. However, it was found that all the diagnostics, imaging equipment, X-ray, CT scan, MRI at the ED were faulty and not functioning or non-functioning. Thus, all images requested at the ED ought to be done outside of the GARH, that's the Ridge Hospital, and this has been a contributing factor to delay in disposition from or initiation of definitive care. Now, although this is 2.1b, the events and factors that escalated into the alleged assault of health professionals. Although there's video evidence of a verbal or word altercation between Ralph, his colleagues, and staff members of the hospital, we are yet to receive any video evidence or witness account of the alleged physical altercation or attack. There's, however, documentation in the hospital health information management system that the alleged victim, Miss Rejoice Chocho Bote, reported her injuries on the left hand on the next day, 18th August 2025, and was further treated. There was no evidence of fracture to her left wrist or dislocation of her right shoulder joint as documented in her medical records. She was treated with pain relief, bed rest, and I think psychological support was also recommended. 2.1c of the report, the state of security at the hospital at the time of the incident. The committee finds that security at the time at the emergency department was grossly inadequate at the time of the incident. The hospital security arrangement of private one security personnel. So it's a private security arrangement and it's one security personnel per 12 hourly shift at the ED is inadequate considering the volume and human traffic at the emergency department of the hospital. A police post found on the premises is situated far away from the emergency department at Dabraka Police Command, is usually called upon to the ED to help restore calm and order when altercations occur. 2.2.1d of the report, the number of nurses and doctors who were on duty at the time of the incident. The committee found that the number of staff on duty per shift and in the hospital is woefully inadequate. The number of medical officers in the months of August is 1 per shift, that's 3 officers per day and 1 emergency specialist per day. Any other doctors visit the ED as a team on call per day, trauma, medical, etc. 2.1d the number of nurses and doctors who were on duty at the time of the incident. A total of 7 medical officers and 2 specialists were available for duty in August at the emergency room permanently. Example, out of 88 nursing staff who routinely work at the emergency department every month, only 54 are currently at post, with about 34 already vacated posts without replacement. This has brought extreme shortage in the number of nursing staff at the emergency department.
Please, let's take that point again. On the number of staff and the numbers that are vacated or left entirely.
So this point says a total of 7 medical officers and 2 specialists were available for duty in August at the emergency room permanently. Example, out of 88 nursing staff who routinely work at the emergency department every month, only 54 are currently at post, with about 34 already vacated posts without replacement.
Wow.
Yes, this has brought extreme shortage in the number of nursing staff at the emergency, according to the report. Now let's go to other findings and observations. The staff, into brackets, rotation nurse Miss Rejoice, who was allegedly physically attacked, was receiving treatment at the hospital and had been discharged. Medical records indicated she did not suffer any fracture or dislocations and was treated with pain relief and offered psychological support. She was recommended to rest. The trauma specialist that had attended to her was met at the ward during our visit. The emergency department of the hospital is an extremely busy place with a lot of human traffic or clients seeking care at a time. That's almost 100% bed occupancy all the time. It also receives most of the trauma and acute medical referrals across the Greater Accra region, including LA, which has no health facility serving the community now. Mr. Opong, the client who was knocked down and led to the gathering of the mob or motor riders, had been treated and discharged on account of basal skull fracture to be reviewed on OPD basis. And it also says he was fully conscious. Continuing with other findings, the committee invited Ralph St. Williams on Thursday, 22nd, who agreed to have a hearing on phone with his lawyer Oliver B. Vomawo, but later declined the interview on phone and resorted to submitting a written report with video exhibits as evidence to the committee. Report was received with video evidence as promised. His statement, a copy attached to the report, spells out the following. 1. His distress or frustration was escalated by a nurse who made provocative remarks in the context of emergency, and this triggered his responses. 2. At no point did he physically assault any medical staff or witnessed any person from the group of bikers lay hand on any hospital staff. 3. No patient was intentionally filmed or targeted, but his recordings were focused on the conduct of the alleged delay, which was a matter of urgent concern. 4. He submitted 4 video exhibits, including Facebook Live video, as evidence to assist the committee into the events that occurred. Now let's go to recommendations by the committee specific to the emergency department of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. And it states it's imperative that the following measures be taken as a matter of urgency to forestall any future recurrence. 1. Improve security presence at the emergency ambulance or triage area by adding on other personnel at the gate and ensuring other gates at the ED are manned by security personnel and door locks repaired. Additional CCTV needs to be installed to cover other areas, other caregiving areas in the emergency for monitoring and provide evidence for any investigation. Also, a police officer present at ED 24/7 in addition is a necessity for the Ridge Hospital. So here's point 2, I believe. Take immediate steps to recruit additional clinical staff for the Greater Accra Regional Hospital with a focus on staff working in the emergency department. 3. Take steps to restore the capacity of the Ridge Hospital to provide imaging services, into brackets X-ray, CT scan, MRI, since the lack of these equipment contributed significantly to the delay in providing care by the staff. And 4, recruit additional administrative managers to serve as client service officers, customer care staff at the emergency department. Okay, so now these are general recommendations related to the health system.
Right.
1, build human resource capacity for holistic emergency care in Ghana at all levels, especially district hospitals in highly populated cities and regions, to minimize preventable deaths, reduce referrals, and minimize delays in caring for emergencies. 2, increase the number of secondary level hospitals in the country, especially Greater Accra, Ashanti, and northern regions, to increase the capacity of Ghana Health Service facilities to provide care for critically ill patients. And 3, put in mechanisms to enable health facilities acquire reasonably priced diagnostics and radiological equipment. 4, immediately provide avenues for continuous engagement and sensitization of the public on how health facilities operate, especially in relation to emergency response to care. Thus, the Ghana Health Service must, with immediate effect, embark on nationwide emergency care capacity building exercise, including establishing continuous customer care training for all health staff and revive measures to address apathy and complacency or fatigue among some staff in critical care and emergency care facilities or areas. This will bring back the perceived loss of confidence by community members on emergency care delivery in primary health care areas.
Brilliant.
Now to the conclusion.
Yes, please.
That the above mentioned observation or recommendation be addressed to prevent any such occurrence in any health facility in Ghana, including the Ridge Hospital. Thus, there must be trained security presence in adequate numbers, including Ghana Police Service personnel where applicable, in all emergency care areas in health facilities. This urgent action is needed to protect staff and property of health facilities nationwide. The government or Ministry of Health address shortage of health staff, especially critical staff who work in emergency and other specialized care areas, to support timely delivery of quality care at all times. Also, government or Ministry of Health retool health facilities with diagnostic equipment, X-rays, CT scans, USG scans, ECG machines, laboratory diagnostic equipment to support timely quality healthcare delivery. Absence of these essential equipment contribute to delay in diagnosing, trans-out from ED and initiating of definitive care. An arrangement for nationwide retooling is urgently needed. Yes.
Okay.
The committee said they are grateful to the minister for the opportunity to serve.
Okay. Now we'll take some reactions from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, who are disputing parts of the ministerial committee's report. We'll get back to the report and discuss the details. I see two things: the incidental and the systemic. That all of them need to be addressed, and I would allow the gentleman and lady on the panel to delve into that in more detail. But let's hear from the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Jefferson Asari, who is disputing parts of the Ministerial Committee's report on the alleged assault of Nurse Rejoice Chocho Bote at the Ridge Hospital.
For us, to some extent, we are very surprised. Very, very, very surprised. I will want to ask 3 questions. And then I'll refer to the terms of reference of the committee, what they sought to find. And I will want to understand, when we say assault, what we mean by assault. You see, it is a healthcare system we are building. Immediately you try to cast insinuation on healthcare providers. It is very dangerous, and much more importantly, our own ministry. I can't say on record that the doctor that saw the lady was not even interviewed during the committee sitting.
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
And you know that for a fact?
I know that for a fact. because the names that were provided for people that were interviewed is here. And the medical report that was written and signed, stamped, I have it, this is it. The doctor's name is there. That doctor was not interviewed. You see, we are building a system and we are building a country, and we should be very careful how it is done. The dislocation was not said by any nurse or any other person than the medical director of Ridge Hospital when we met the medical director. It wasn't the nurse that diagnosed the dislocation. And let me even put it to bear. When somebody has a dislocation and you reduce that dislocation, X-ray will not pick a dislocation again. It is not fracture. And that in no way, this is the medical report, did it state that the lady had a fracture. So what were they investigating? Fracture? They were investigating assault. Was there an assault or not? That was the question they needed to answer. Whether there was no dislocation, whether there was no fracture, was there an assault? This is the mandate or the terms of reference of the committee. You will try to massage and do all the PR. But you see, you are rather bending down the psychology of the people the ministry is looking at. The doctor's name is here. That doctor was not even interviewed. If it was a senior medical officer who saw the lady on the Monday morning, and you go and interview the HOD of that department, what account would the HOD give you? You will need to first interview the person who had first sight of the assault, of the lady in question. That is the person you need to interview. Did they interview that doctor? No. You can the diagnosis of the lady at the time was polycontusion. When we say polycontusion, what do we mean by polycontusion? It simply means that there's a swelling, there's a redness, there's pain at the site of the hit. That is when you diagnose somebody of polycontusion.
Like someone hitting or you hitting yourself against
exactly.
something.
So that do they want to tell us that the doctor who did that diagnosis doesn't know what she's doing or he is doing? Is that what the committee is trying to tell us? Is that what the committee is trying to tell us? Because the report is here. The medical report is here. Did they get the medical report as a committee to understand what the doctor who saw the lady, the first-hand person who saw the lady, sat with the lady, did a physical examination to diagnose? Did they see this report? When we have a problem, all I have been saying, I've been here quite a number of times, we have systemic issues. And that is where we should even be looking at. If there is no X-ray machine at the ER, if there is no CT scan at the ER, if there is no MRI, do you even insult a nurse for the delay of the imaging that you are not getting?
But the expectation is that if I enter a health facility, I should see all these things there.
Is it a duty of the nurse to provide you?
If I don't find it there, I'll obviously ask questions from the health.
Do you beat me for the machines? Somebody needs to answer that.
The committee's report says there was no beating, there was no assault.
That is what I doubt. I doubt the committee, even in the first place, what the mandate of the committee was to investigate whether there was an assault. And I want somebody should help me. What is an assault? Assault is not only when you slap me. We are waiting for people to be slapping people before we say that there's a wrongdoing. No. If the committee does not understand what assault means, probably we can get the lawyers to help us to understand what assault means. The committee said that there was verbal what? And you think that is not an assault? And I should put on record that immediately you reduce dislocation, X-ray will not pick that. but the pain will be there.
Okay.
Was there no pain?
So that was the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Jefferson Nasari. Kwame Sapong is a fellow at the Center for Democratic Development, CDD. Dr. Kwame Siedu Sapong. He says the incident marks of systemic failure, which needs to be urgently addressed. Let's bring you that voice.
Set up a committee to probe these allegations or allegation of assault against a health worker. On Wednesday, which is today, the committee that was set up by the minister presented its report.
Right. We'll bring you that voice a bit shortly, but let me just bring you the voice of Tony Goodman, who is the head of communications with the Ministry of Health on this particular development.
We spoke to every staff, or apart from the men who came in, who came with RAF. We've spoken with everybody who was opposed on that day, including the nurse who was seen in a bandage. We've also spoken with RAF and his lawyer, and then we can see that every person who is supposed to be contacted, we made contact with such persons.
At the committee, did she maintain what she said in the media interview about having a dislocated shoulder or hand?
Yes, she maintained that she was beaten, she was assaulted by some gentlemen at the OPD or the emergency area. But we can reveal that we have since not come to the realization or any finding of that particular incident. All the nurses or medical officers who are put that they cannot see that they saw anything of that nature. The medical reports of the facility did not also corroborate what she said. So we have to arrive at this conclusion.
Is there a possibility that she was indeed and in fact assaulted? However, no camera captured that?
What we have seen and reviewed, the document we have reviewed, is what we have put out there. What she may have thought, what she thinks, that we cannot see.
So it's possible that she has indeed been assaulted?
We can't say that, but we have not seen any footages. We have not got any person who was actually opposed that day to corroborate his statement.
Yes, so but my question is that because it sounds as if you are very emphatic that she was not assaulted, where there's a possibility that she may have been assaulted, but there's no video.
Sana, read the findings. We said that we have not seen till now, we have not seen. If you have any footage today, maybe our judgment may be different, but we have said that we have not seen any report till today. We have also not gotten anybody to come and corroborate her story. All the officers at posts on that day said they did not see anything of that sort. So you can agree with me in that it will be difficult for us to assume and also imagine that there will be some footage or documents that may come later. Where we are now, we have said that there is no footage, there is no report. So we stand here until there is any other contrary view or evidence to this fact. We've done an extensive work and believe that in all well and purpose we have done a good work, and we believe that our judgment is right.
Has this report been given to her? What has been her reaction following your finding?
The minister is the one who commissioned the work. We have submitted a report to the minister.
Okay. Now let me move you away from being a member of the committee to being the chief spokesperson of the health sector. Why would she make the claim that she made? And if it turns out to be false, based on everything you have gathered so far, until some contrary evidence emerges later, why would you think she did what she did? And if it turns out that it was false, are there measures that have to be taken against her?
Omar, I don't know how your system is. Somebody feels that maybe verbal attack could have some psychological effects, and that psychological effects may also lead to some body pain and all that, and would want some remedy or medication given. That was done when we looked at the report. Counsel, she's been counseled, and then some painkiller was given on the following day, not the said day, the following day. I would believe that should let matters rest. Maybe she felt some pain and that has been given, and we have gone into the matter to see what we can do to strengthen and improve service. We have actually done that. We will leave the rest to the Honorable Minister and the team that may be doing the implementation of the various recommendations, and then think that should strengthen our system. The other ones, we will have to leave it to the other institutions that may be interested.
So she was seen by a doctor in the same hospital, correct?
Yes, on the following day, which is Monday.
So that was Tony Goodman speaking to Umar Sanda yesterday, and let me just let you all into this particular matter. We've read the report from the committee extensively. We've brought you also the reactions from the Nurses and Midwives Association. Richard Alaska is here, Godfrey Akutubuafo, Francisca Kakraforse.
Yeah, so before you come, let me just quickly moderate what you said. We have not read the report. We have read highlights of the report.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so the slides that were presented. Yes. So
well noted.
Yes. Thank you very much for that clarification, Sky. I am very happy that this came out and came out quickly. I'm very happy that a lot of things have been, brought to light by the committee. The composition was very interesting. I think it's a pretty balanced composition, so you don't even have to talk about that. And I'm also happy that the Tamale one is also coming out. See, the reason why I'm happy is that when that comes out and we put it together, you will see why I have the position that the focus should be on the systemic problems that exist. You see, rather than the firefighting approach that we have seen. But this is a very specific issue. Okay, was there, to answer the question, and I do agree with the Ghana Registered Nurses Association, the person who spoke on their behalf. Yeah, I think the underlying question, first of all, was there an altercation? As to the severity of the altercation, as to whether somebody's head was bashed, as to whether an arm was twisted, that is not an issue. Was there an altercation? That needed to be established.
Use the technical word used. Was there assault?
Okay. Was there assault?
As part of the terms of reference.
Yes, as part of the terms of reference. That is not clearly established in the findings. But for me, it's all well and good. A couple of things that stand out for me. One, that I think we can pursue is the absence of some equipment at the facility.
You say they are non-functional, dysfunctional. They are faulty and non-functional. We're talking about X-ray, we're talking about CT scan, we are talking about MRI at the emergency department, and this is the Greater Accra Regional Hospital.
Yes. Yeah. So there is that. Then there's also the short staffing issues that they have, which again I have raised the day the minister went to the hospital and said they should treat patients quickly, and I said, does he know the number of doctors who are there? Because this report highlights the number of people who were on duty that day.
Say out of 80 or so.
There are 88 nursing staff, and 54 were at post, and 34 have vacated post without replacement.
No, but I'm even talking about the emergencies that service center that day.
Yes, please.
There were about 7. If you go to the first one, it says, so the committee found that the number of staff on duty per shift and in the hospital is woefully inadequate, and I'm dealing with the shift. So the number of medical officers in the month of August is 1 per shift. That's 3 officers
Per
per day.
day.
And 1 emergency specialist
Per
per day.
day. Yeah.
Any other doctors visit the ED as a team on
Per-
call per day, trauma, medical, etc.
Yeah.
So a total of 7
Yeah.
medical officers and 2 specialists were available for duty in August at the emergency room permanently. But at any point in the day, that is the most important thing, there is there are 3 officers per day and 1 emergency specialist per day in that area, dealing with the 100 or so cases that the hospital claims it deals with in that particular room.
Yeah. Emergency department.
But the emergency, that particular department of the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says the emergency department of the hospital is an extremely busy place with a lot of human traffic clients seeking care at a time. Thus, almost 100% bed occupancy all the time. It also receives most of the trauma and acute medical referrals across the Greater Accra region, including La, which has no health facility serving the community now. You see, so when we talk about the La Hospital and its issues, it also feeds into that. Nan also talks about the need to educate the general public on how hospitals work, on how their processes work.
True.
But also talks about how they need to improve customer service relations. So I don't have too much to say, but to say, look, there's a lot of work to be done by the minister, which is why I give him the kind of pressure I will always give him. You know, it's not about the things that gain you attention. When you read a report like this, it tells you what the actual job is that he has to contend with. I don't expect, he's not a magician, I don't expect him to fix everything. Okay? But let us see that you are interested in the actual work that you've been vested in. So congratulations to him and the committee who have done this work. I will wait for the Tamale one as well. Like I said, I'm very interested in that. And we will realize that there will be similarities. I make a prediction. There will be similarities. There will be matters of understaffing, equipment,
faulty equipment,
some not even being available.
True.
As well. Those will also appear in the Tamale report, which will come out today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get the chance to deal with that.
Interesting one there. Sky, your take on this one?
Well, I just want to issue a caveat. I think Godfrey has dealt with some aspects of the report as received, as in the highlights. And I don't want to, repeat those, except to say, by way of caveat, that I'm aware that this matter is now before court. At least there's a writ filed by the nurse at the center of the big allegation, in which writ she made a number of allegations as to what did happen to her. And therefore, in discussing this matter, I'm doing so without having to do violence to the matter currently before the courts, because I have some duty in that respect. But except to provide a small piece of education on the basis of what I see in the report, particularly on the matter of the findings in relations to the terms of reference. Before I do that, let me just quickly mention the terms of reference again according to the report before we go into what the findings returned. So the first one, the circumstances that led to the alleged delay in providing care to the patient brought under emergency. That's the first, according to the terms of reference, the first one. Now, the second one says the events and factors that escalated into an alleged assault of a health professional. So underline alleged assault. The third one is the state of security at the hospital at the time of the incident. And then finally, the fourth one, the number of nurses and doctors who were on duty at the time of the incident. So if you go to the first one, we are told that there was indeed no basis to allege delay, because there was no delay in attending to the people who had come in seeking care. However, the committee stated that there was evidence that equipment, as Godfrey said, many of them were not functional. Now, as to whether there is a connection between equipment not being there, not being functional, and that leading to a delay in treatment, the committee did not say that, but they conclusively stated that there was no delay in attending to the emergency that had come that led to this. So the second one says the events and factors that escalated into an alleged assault of a health professional. Now, let me take you to the relevant page that deals with, or that attempts to answer that question. Yes.
That'll be 21B.
21B, yes. So here's what the committee itself said. That although there is video evidence of a verbal or word altercation between Ralph, his colleagues and staff members of the hospital, we are yet to receive any video evidence or a witness account of the alleged physical altercation or attack. Now underline that. We are yet to receive any video evidence or witness account of the alleged physical altercation or attack. Then they go on to say, there is, however, documentation in the hospital health information management system that the alleged victim, Miss Rejoice Chuchu Bote, reported her injuries on the left hand on the next day, the 18th day of August 2025, and was further treated. Now, there was no evidence of fracture to her left wrist or dislocation of her right shoulder joint as documented in her medical records. And then a part of it says she was, there's a part of it that's not legible. They says
She was treated with pain relief, bed rest recommended, and received psychological support from a psychologist.
Okay. Now, to be very fair to the facts, it would seem to me that many of us reporting this matter have either underreported or misreported what the committee stated. If you put everything that the committee says here together, the committee is not claiming that there was no assault. The committee didn't say that. And I want to give you a clear distinction that lawyers normally use in circumstances like this. So there is something known as absence of proof. There's something known as absence of proof. So absence of proof means that at this stage, there is no admissible evidence to establish a fact alleged. And then there's also something known as proof of absence, which means there is positive evidence showing the event did not occur. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The committee is telling us that even if there may well have been an assault, they do not have evidence before them presently showing that that occurred or did not occur.
Because no video evidence has been presented
as
to them.
of now.
As of the time.
Exactly. So that is absence of proof, meaning that at this particular stage,
they have no proof.
There is no evidence establishing that indeed there was assault. I'll deconstruct assault for you. And then the second part, which is for proof of absence. Proof of absence would have meant that if that's what the conclusion was, on taking into account all the evidence they have received and looking at the video evidence and weighing them, they found concretely that there was no evidence of the said assault. Do you understand? So for those of us in the media who went ahead and asserted positively that the committee did not find assault, we have misled the people of Ghana. And I think we have to admit that. There was also an express mention of the committee saying that we did not find evidence of dislocation and fracture. And we put that out as to create the impression that, maybe the nurse in this particular case peddled falsehood. we ought to have also moderated that. Exactly. Because in this same report, the report is saying that there was treatment for some condition. Now, as to whether there's a direct connection between treatment received and the incident is another matter. That matter is at large because the committee said they did not receive evidence proving that. You understand? So, again, media reportage of this clearly set up, it would seem, the victim or the alleged victim, let me use that word, for public attack. Because if you go on social media, everybody is saying the lady lied. You understand? I am not saying that she told
there was no assault.
Or that there was no assault. So I believe that this is helpful. Because I've seen on another platform a story published by, what's the name? GH1, in which case they are also alleging that they have a video evidence of A, B, C, and D.
That's, I think, the PRO for the nurses at Ridge saying they have videos that...
they are alleging some other things. Right? So, because the matter is in court, I want to, just provide this education. And then also, the committee used the word assault. And you see, the word assault does not mean willy-nilly that you must have struck the person. If I approach you with a certain element of aggression and you had cause to apprehend immediate impact in the form of violence from me, I have assaulted you in law. That's one form. The other one is where I physically hit you. You understand the point I'm making? So if you look at the terms of reference, we are told that yes, they have to establish whether there was assault, right? Where's the relevant one? I think let me just read it so that I can just end there. So it said what the
events and factors that escalated into an alleged assault of a health professional.
Exactly. So they were first to deal with the events.
Yes.
Right, and then the factors that escalated. You understand? So they would have to establish the events and the factors that escalated into what? An alleged assault. Now, we have not been told of a definition according to their own terms of reference. What a definition of assault. But I've told you that in law, there are two forms generally. Where you apprehend immediate violence from me, and there was really no violence.
Apprehend immediate what?
Immediate violence.
What does that mean?
Like, okay, I approach you in a way as to cause you to fear that I was coming to do something bad to you.
Okay.
You understand?
Like, does that include verbal?
Yeah, that's right. Including threatening words. So they will take together the entire, gamut of facts available. So on the facts, did you apprehend immediate violence from the person approaching you? That's one thing.
Okay.
The other is where physically, I throw a few things at you. You understand?
Let's use Abeku instead,
Now, in answering this particular question, let's see, again, let me be fair to the committee. I've not read the full report. We are just reading the highlights.
Correct.
They say that although there is video evidence of a verbal or word altercation, what does that mean? Between Ralph, his colleagues, and staff members of the hospital, we are yet to receive any video evidence of a witness or a witness account of the alleged physical altercation or attack. There is, however, documentation in the hospital health information management system that the alleged victim, Ms. Botte, reported her injuries on the left hand on the next day, the 18th day of August 2025, and was further treated. There was no evidence of fracture to her left wrist or dislocation of a right shoulder joint as documented in her medical record. So it would seem from merely reading this section that first of all, the medical records of the young woman, lady, showed that there was a shoulder joint issue. So there was a dislocation, or then there was an issue with her left wrist. That's what the medical records, according to the report, show. However,
for which she was treated.
Yes. However, they did not find what they call it evidence of
fracture.
dislocation or fracture. And you heard the nurse, the nurse who spoke to us much earlier, indicate some point. Also, it has emerged that from the facts as established by the committee, report of the said injury to the hospital was made a day after. Now, lawyers can make all kinds of things about that. Was it reasonable to have reported the said injury a day after it had occurred? I'm not going to pass judgment on that. But there are questions there to answer. And if you are a defense lawyer in this matter, there are a number of issues in play there. And it should operate on your minds too as well. And then also, there is, however, documentation in the hospital health information management system that the alleged victim reported. Yes, so that I've dealt with that. And then they also say that there was altercation. Altercation, what does that mean? Like Ntawatoa, was that like they had?
So it's like a verbal exchange.
Verbal exchange and blah 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 and all of that. As to whether that amounts to assault or whether one party apprehended immediate threat of violence is an entirely different matter. And also, nobody there they spoke to was able to validate the claim that ABCD had happened. What's the point I'm making? I am saying that on these facts and without more, nobody should jump to a conclusion and say or assert positively that, oh, the woman was not beaten.
Okay.
And that the committee said so. No, the committee did not say that. What the committee said was that even if there's some evidence to that effect, they have yet to see it. You understand? And then also, I just want to quickly, before Kaka comes in, the composition of the committee, it seems to me that there is a small issue. I don't know why my good friend Tony Goodman is...
You don't think he should have been on the committee?
You see, his earlier commentary on the matter, to a reasonable mind listening,
poison the well?
Would although it's a difficult one for me, it would seem to have articulated a certain position which sort of comes off as potentially, what do the lawyers say?
Conflict?
Yes, because he was speaking for the ministry, and in the course of those, people perceive some of the things he said as amounting to taking a position. You understand? I don't know whether those people were fair or so. I also have my own reservations about some of the things he said, and I expressed that publicly. And so putting him on the committee gives a certain impression that is not exactly useful.
Okay.
If I was taking that decision, I would.
You would have exempted him from saying.
So yes, those are the things I would say for now, given the earlier caveat I've issued, and also because I've not read the entire
full thing. Very well. So before we get into it, I mean, we are still into it, right? So we've been dealing with the incidental parts and looking at the report in more detail now. Dr. Kwame Sapon-Asiedu, who is a fellow at the Center for Democratic Development, tells us that this incident reeks of systemic failure within our healthcare system, which needs urgent address. So let's bring you that voice once again, that we'll continue from there.
The report is somber reading. I made an initial post on social media and I said it's somber reading. And I say it's somber reading because I don't want to take sides in the conversation. But I would indulge anyone who works in the health policy space to go and pick the Ghana Health Harmonization Assessment Report that was published in July 2023 and compare the findings with what this committee came up with. There's no difference. Truth of the matter is, as far back as 2023, we knew there were systemic failures in our health system. All these problems that this report has enumerated were pointed out by a report that was commissioned by the WHO Global Fund, Ghana Health Service, and Ministry of Health in July of 2023. It's then I've shared the summaries on my Facebook page for close to 2 years. And that is why when I read the report, I said it makes somber reading. Because you know one thing about research, and as a researcher, I always tell people this. I say the best litmus of your research is if it's reproducible. But you never want your research to be reproducible in a bad way. But the truth of the matter is, if the outcomes of your research are based on sound methodology, if anyone went out with a different methodology or the same methodology based on the same parameters, the outcomes should be the same. So I read a report and it says the facility had all its equipment virtually broken down. And they had to be doing tests out there. And I go back and read the health harmonization report and it says only 5% of our facilities, as at 2023, had the full amperometric equipment to do an accurate diagnosis. And I'm like, well, different methodologies, same outcome. I look at it and it's telling me after all the so-called recruitment in a health system, that ER or ED or emergency department, whichever language you want to use, had a deficit of 40% of staff and had one doctor running it on each shift. Go back to the report and you see that the same thing produced. The statistics virtually the same. So I read the report and I'm like, as a country, we haven't learned. And you read the health harmonization assessment and we never retooled since 2014. We haven't retooled our health system for 11 years. And we expect health professionals to work in that system and deliver. So, yes, you can concentrate on whether the lady nurse lied, whether there was an assault, and I'll go to that. As far as I practice in the UK, as all of you know, and I practice in Ghana, there are 3 paradigms of assault. There's physical assault, there's emotional assault, and thirdly, there's psychological assault. You read the report and clearly I can see that if there was that violent altercation, and I've watched some of the CCTV footage because it's put there, I can say there was verbal assault. And I can say that even without a committee confirming that to me, because I've seen it. And the committee in the verbiage in their report have concluded that there was that level of verbal aggression. So I can conclude there was verbal assault. As I speak to you now, I cannot see any physical assault. But you see, there's one thing, I'm a health professional. And I always say something about professionalism. When a judgment is made of your peers, and what do I mean by your peers? Look at the committee. There were doctors on it. There were nurses on it. There were lawyers on it with health legal basis. There were health communicators like my brother Tony on it. It encompasses, there was a director at the Ghana Health Service on it. It encompasses all the facets that need to make a determination on this matter. But then, I say, what if the committee was fudged because the health minister wanted a particular outcome? I next go and look at the testifiers, those who appeared, and they are named. They are named on the report. Their house officers, their nurses. And I ask myself, would all these people conspire to tell a particular narrative? And I struggle to see how that can be the same. That the health ministry can fudge the committee and fudge the testimony of the people who appeared. And that's one thing I'm glad about, is that in this particular report, nothing is redacted. Everything has been put out. So I can read it and I can make, from a policy standpoint, an independent assessment. And I'm telling you, if I compare that to the Health Harmonization Assessment Report, which for me is the blue book for, and I'm sure Tony Godman would agree, because it's a global standard. That's how all health systems are assessed. And I look at the general outcomes for Ghana and I compare it with this report, and I see that virtually it's been recopied. I tell myself, this was a systemic failure. You can say that Ralph was aggressive, you can say whatever language you want to use, that the nurse lied, you can say that equipment failed, but as a country, we failed.
Right, so that was CDD fellow, Dr. Kwame Sapong Asiedu on that, and I'll come to Kakra for your take on this one before we go for a break. I was just reading the thing in two ways. I saw the incidental, where the facts from the report narrates its own account based on its findings, and then saw also the systemic angle, which is where Governor spoke to, Sky spoke extensively to the incidental. So we've seen some of the things emerging from this, but yeah, let's take.
I think that the concerns by the CDD and also the Nurses Association are legitimate. The first concern raised by the Nurses Association about the pool of interviewees in this committee's investigation, raising questions about interviewing the doctor who treated the lady who made the allegations of assault. The definition of assault that was used by the committee, there's a question around that. As Sky said, it's the committee did not make a definitive statement that there was no assault. They did talk about evidence of the treatment, the report, and also the treatment of the nurse in question. What they did not find was that direct evidence to link it to the incident. And of course, he raises the question about how it has been framed in the media, and so perhaps a reframing is necessary, because not framing it properly is what is resulting in the sides, people taking sides, where taking a side that the nurse was not truthful, or that the committee didn't do its work well. So it's important that we as journalists also frame properly the news that we make out of this report. I think also a question around the findings for me will be certain choice of words in the report, in the highlight of the report that we have. Altercation, the introduction of an altercation happening whilst there's not a conclusive statement of an assault. Those things are not properly defined for us to understand the context that the report seeks to put out there. But fundamentally, I will agree with Dr. Asiedu Sapong, I believe, of CDD, that his reaction generally to the report being somber. There's nothing new that this report, in relation to this particular rage incident, is saying. He makes reference to the Ghana Health Harmonization Report, which is everybody's reality. Many of us walk into any hospital and you can tell that there are fewer staff than are necessary. You know that there are, we've reported stories about broken down equipment in the hospitals, etc., etc. And so it almost makes this report, for want of a better expression, as telling us something that we already know. That is looking at the broader systemic issue with health service delivery in Ghana. That is aside the matter of the incident involving the individual Ralph and the group he led to the hospital. And so the greater call is for reforms in the health sector. And it's sad to hear Dr. Asiedu talk about this country in the last 11 years hasn't seen any improvement in tooling, properly tooling hospitals. It means that we are working, our medical or health workers are working with defective or improperly functioning equipment. What kind of conditions are they working in? That also leads to the morale of the workers. And that's, for me, is the bigger picture, which I believe should go beyond this report filed by the committee, but what I expect is a reform that's championed by the health minister, and we begin to see work towards that direction. What the minister or what his ministry intends to do about our recurring or what never-ending crisis in our health sector. So really, Sky earlier mentioned that this is also there's an aspect of this matter that is in court, and so we must be cautious of our discussion. But the big picture, once again, is reforming the health sector and its myriad of problems. That's
a very important concern. We'll just take a very quick break and return with more on the show today. 0549 986 996 is the number you can join our conversation with your thoughts.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Share is our pride. Share is our future. Tamale, Kawula. This year we bring the whole world to Tamale for the World Share Expo 2025 with one purpose: empowering women and youth-led SMEs in the share value chain, the role of government and financial institutions. Are you a farmer, picker, processor, entrepreneur, policymaker, or investor? Join us at the Modern City Hotel Tamale for the World Share Expo 2025. Special guest, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. This is a call to action. Don't miss it. World Share Expo 2025, 2nd to 4th September 2025, from 10 a.m. daily at Modern City Hotel Tamale. Share is more than a seed. It's a future of wealth, empowerment, and transformation. Be there. This event is proudly brought to you by Presidential Initiatives in Agriculture and Agribusiness, Savannah Golden Tree Limited, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Exim Bank, Cocoa Board, Tree Crop Development Authority, Ghana Cocoa Coffee and Chestnut Farmers Association, and the Northern Regional Coordinating Council and partners. World Share Expo 2025. Share to the world.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Do you know what that is? It's the sound of me looking into my Nido 23 grams promo sachet for a code so I can win in the Nido Opatampamo promo.
Yes, the promo is back again. Bigger and better.
Become one of the 5 lucky winners of a fully paid family getaway in Nido's Obatampamo promo. Look inside your Nido 23 gram promo sachet for a code and dial *380*11# and follow the prompts for a chance to win big at Dipa Shemwampa. Nido, your love, their future. This advert is FDA approved. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. T's and C's apply.
Charlie, parenting is no joke, so let's make it a little easier. The DC Back to School Discount Fair is bringing all the top suppliers of school items under one roof on the 29th, 30th, and 31st of August at the former Dansuman Melcom behind Dansuman Post Office. From 9 a.m. each day, you can get school bags, kids' shoes, books, electronics, stationery, water bottles, and everything your child needs at huge discounts of up to 50%. Yes, side attractions for kids include bouncy castles, cotton candy, popcorn, ice cream, and more. The DC Back to School Discount Fair is proudly sponsored by EcoBank and Enterprise Life with media support from Citi FM, Kantanka TV, and Springboard Studios. Call 026-222-0042 for details.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The last two. Training for and Suti, you were Bassa Bassa yet?
The City Breakfast Show.
Execution and
Rise above the noise.
Ghana, my baby, Canumia Muyako, Yapiani, I get you. Ghana, my baby, Canumia Muyako, Yapiani, I get you. Come on, y'all, do the right thing. Be at the right place, the right time. Come on, y'all, do the right thing. I say me the can. Raps off for me, who am I canteen? I'm a ball by Muka. Raps off for me, who am I canteen? I'm a ball by Muka. Open here, or come on, Mufrawi Nanka.
Openia Otnasima Mofrare Nanka. Yebu Nanka Refua or Kahubi. I'm sure Sky has another version to that. But do you understand what he's saying?
Benia or Tiffy na Akwalawi Nankan. Say you can Nanka Wefua.
Yes, sir.
Or no Sukan
Nanka Wefua. Yes.
I'm meditating la fama ye o la fama if you da
Well, come and give us the gawa. Oh, back.
If you had that woman that talk with that video or something. And no, you have if you not with that clama, you not with that. Go do with that talk about because he should have told them that
yes.
What you are doing is not proper.
Yeah.
We don't eat that. But because he didn't do it,
yes.
we join him by association.
Right.
You know.
So
hello.
There are some messages, but before then, I will come back to you shortly. I have to pay some bills quickly. And to all the beautiful people of Ghana, if you are flying on African World Airlines, it just got better with Omni Basic Bank. Just visit any of our branches near you to book and pay your African World Airlines ticket. For more information, 0800-100790. Have a beautiful day. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. And when you're buying anything, please consider the very best because you deserve it. And when it comes to cement, it should be the same. And your choice should be diamond. We have the 42.5 hour grade, highest quality on the Ghanaian market. We've been in the business since the year 2000. And we provide quality cements rated green by the EPA. Now we have the 32.5 hour grade, great value for everyone, good value for your pocket. So make us your number one. We are across the country. Our factories in Takrady, Buepe and Aplau. 0540111978 is the number to call. Diamond Cement is still as hard as a diamond.
Who wants a British degree at a fraction of the cost? Looking for a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence and equips you with real-world employability skills? Enjoy all these and more with scholarships available to support your academic journey at Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by expert faculty trained to UK standards right here on our campus in Ghana. Visit www.lancaster.edu.gh or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. You can also call 0248-656-274. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
For those looking to buy land, homes, or you just want to renovate, or you're looking to go smart with your current space, if you want a construction company, if you are a construction company, you want to scale up with the latest digital solutions for creating the ultimate in luxury design for modern living spaces. Don't miss the Graphic Greta Home Fair and Housing Dialogue. Accra Mall Food Court is where it is from 28th to the 30th. That's when it will happen from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. Top vendors in housing, construction, decor, landscape, and digital home solutions. 0548019572. Call this number and we'll attend to you. The Graphic Greta Home Fair and Housing Dialogue is powered by MTN everywhere you go. And talking about MTN, Mobile Money Festival train dubbed Momo Fest 2025 is hosting Osu Homo Festival. Friday 29th, Saturday 30th is when it's happening at the forecourt of the Osu Manche Palace. There'll be great performances from some of your favorite artists. There'll be education and awareness on Momo fraud. You stand a chance of winning 10,000 Ghana cedis in the Momo Kiteke game show. 20% discount on goods and services, and all you need to do is to download the Momo app in order to get free entry. There'll be TV games, board games, DJs on rotation. We'll have kids zone so you can come with your kids as well. Momo Fest is powered by Momo from MTN, proudly sponsored by MTN Business and IO Insurance. So yesterday, right after the show, we saw a video of some cleaning exercise happening at the Revolution Square, which you spoke about at length yesterday.
Yes. So yesterday we if I may quickly, I just want to mention something.
Okay.
You realize that for some reason I've read the abridged version of the report, the highlights. I don't see the report talk about the video, the filming of patients.
Right.
The
live streaming of the
that's
process.
Right. Somehow, I think a report of this kind, and unless it is in the final report, and we don't have the final report, all we have is the abridged version of the highlight. I find that a huge gap in the work of the committee, and of course, if you look at the recommendations that they make, somehow I don't see any recommendation to deal specifically with that.
Whether anyone can show up in a hospital and if they are grieved by what they see.
Yes. I mean, it's okay. They said that the alleged delay didn't happen. But, I mean, one of the things I took issue with strongly was
the filming
exactly
of the
because
process.
Of breach of data privacy. And constitutional...
Just to add that when... in the reports, they say that the alleged delay didn't happen. I would have expected that then they would have made a certain assertion or statement as to the conduct of the Ralph individual and the other guys he charged into the hospital with, because that was the basis of their action. So
if there was no delay,
there was delay. If there was no delay, then there should have been a certain pronouncement on the conduct of the individual and his group.
When we put the connections together, number one, your staff, you are understaffed, so people were understaffed, they were overworked and understaffed. Number two, then yes, in terms of staffing, there was a problem. Number two, then the point also is that most of your machines are faulty. They are not functional. But you say it didn't form any basis for delay. So it meant that your staff were really working at pace where they could have met and taken care of the gentleman and whoever they had come with. So in the event that despite all the challenges you had, none of that was grounds for the gentleman to allege
and
to have gone on to do what he did, then what is your position on
there
that?
Should have been a
right? That's
pronouncement
what
on
you're
their
saying.
conduct. That's
I get
Unless
that.
it is in the final report, the full report.
Yeah.
But for some, with the one we have,
this abridged version
it doesn't have
that.
It doesn't have that. And for the people who want further education on what the law says on assault and battery, if you may, please find Act 29. Go to section 86. 87, you find what is assault, what is battery, and assault and battery. In this case, they didn't use battery, or they just talk about assault. So you may have that education.
And
so,
assault without battery.
Yeah, there can also be assault without battery. Battery is when you punch me in the face properly. But if you throw the blow and I swerve it, then it be assault. Yes, I want to read
some comments came through.
And I'll share this. This person says, now that we know the health sector has been under resourced for over a decade, assuming we didn't know that before, that Ralph Fellow should now take his riotous so-called activism to the Ministry of Health and the Office of the Minister of Health. The Ghana Armed Forces is also alleged to be under-resourced, so he should... They don't have any video evidence of the alleged assault.
That's far.
Yes, that's far. I think even Mr. Goodman said that they would receive subsequent footage if they were made available as to whatever happened. Some more messages. DJ Nature from Italy says, good morning, Citi CVS. A hospital is a place for treatment and its staff must be trustworthy and reliable. If the nurse and whoever held in her claim must be shown the way. And I think that's the point that we've repeated here. None of us here is saying that the nurse lied. Nor are we saying that's what the report said. We've read the findings of the abridged version, and there was no such claim in there. Fred says, hello, CBS team. I stand to be corrected by the legal brains. I find somewhere that eminence apprehension of battery is considered as assault in the laws of Ghana, and I believe the ministry should tread with some caution. And I think my Leonard Senior, my Leonard Senior, whether he likes it or not, I've said it, my Leonard Senior Sky gave us the definition and broke it down for us, sections 84 to 87 of the Criminal Code. That's Act 29. Let's get some more messages. Hello, CBS. The main culprit is not questioned, but he decides to submit his report, his on reports and video evidence. And the committee found nothing wrong with Ralph evading privacy of patients and causing disruption. At least in one breath, there was no delay in providing care. Then in another, some measures must be established to avoid such delays as what happened. Contradictions. This is incredible. Kofi Ntema sends that. I think we observed that in the report as well. And those are some of the messages coming through. Okay, so this person says, good morning, Citi. Let's get this clear. There's a difference between battery and assault. Battery has to do with contacting another person without consent, whilst assault has to do with any offensive words used against another. The committee failed to understand their mandate. And prior Sky gave us the explanation about the broad definition of assault, which can sometimes include battery and other times not include battery.
And it's important for those of us who are listening, please, this was the committee did a fact-finding job, right?
Yes.
So their job was to go and fact-find. I believe that the criminal elements, if they have to be in play, the institutions that are to do that, they will do that. Again, one observation, the person was saying that why didn't they get the key actor or the alleged key actor? This was a ministerial committee. It has no authority to compel anybody to appear before it. And so if they invite a witness and the witness said that, look, I'm not coming, but I
available.
can submit to you this, they were at liberty to do that. What they were not at liberty to do, if it was, say, they had set up what's the name of the Commission of Inquiry or whatever it is, the ones that have the mandate to compel witnesses. So there are those that are set up properly within our legal superstructure, which with the necessary authority can compel you, like a high court, to come and testify, where if you refuse, you can properly be charged for, was it a contempt, right?
Yeah.
In those, but in this particular case, in my respectful view, they don't have any such power. So even if they asked the guys to come and he said he wasn't going to come, there was nothing they could do to him.
Yeah. So on this particular case, just a line I will add to all that we've all said is that I think that every unfortunate situation is an opportunity for us to learn and do better. And like we've all said, this the issue about equipment not functioning, the issue about nurses being understaffed, all these are recurrent issues that have been going on for a very long time, and every day Ghanaians go to healthcare facilities and they are exposed to some of these things. The healthcare professionals are facing some of these challenges. We've seen the exodus of many of them, and the story of our healthcare in Ghana can be a lot better. And that's where I want to focus, that yes, all that we have said, we need to pay attention to it. The criminal elements will be dealt with by the necessary quarters, but we shouldn't just say, oh, we have come out with a report, we did it in good time, and so we have done a media briefing, it has been discussed extensively, then the next thing we've moved on. We must see some work done in our hospitals. We must see proper retooling in our hospitals. When Ghanaians go to their hospitals, one, they must have confidence that they'll be treated well. If you don't have MRIs, or you have MRIs that are broken down, you don't have X-rays, you have CT scans that are not working. If I walk into a hospital like Rage and I'm told I have to go and do CT scan in a small lab somewhere, I don't know how that works. If small institutions or private individuals can have their CT scans, MRIs working, and a whole hospital like Rage Hospital doesn't have any of these things functioning, I think it's an indictment on our system, and some work must be done. We need sweeping reforms, and we are looking forward to it. So to the minister and his people responsible for our healthcare, people have greater expectations, and let's try and meet them. I think that would just be my 2 pence.
Yeah, and talking about sweeping, so yesterday, when we finished here, I went to see a client of mine somewhere, and on the way, I noticed that the chairman Rawlings's space in front of which we normally call the Revolutionary Square, some workers were there.
Oh, they are
sweeping the place and sort of trying to put it in good order. I find that encouraging. I hope that they were sweeping it, where they do the perpetual flame, the perpetual flame, where you would go on his knees and light the flame. It was always symbolic on 31st December, and is it June 4 sometimes? Yes. So it was really encouraging that they are giving it a facelift. I believe that radio gets results. That's why we talk about things. And yesterday, when I was driving past the place, I also noticed that there were workers working along the median of that whole stretch towards 37.
Right.
I don't know if they've been able to deal entirely with the challenges that we've spoken about, because I didn't use that this morning.
Right.
But I am hoping that it will not be 90. Is that what they say? 91.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That it would be a sustained effort to restore some glory to that space and make it one that truly represents us as a nation. And then also that the man who founded the 4th Republican Constitution for and on our behalf, Jerry Rawlings, would not be left with a bruised memory, given the state of the Revolutionary Square, as we reported yesterday. Because whether we like it or not, while there are violent and unacceptable aspects of the 31st December movement revolution, and then also June 4, and the unjustifiable killings that were done, and various reports have condemned that, they nonetheless have given us the longest span of our Republican life, right? We have enjoyed over 30 years of continuous democracy without any interruption. And if the symbol for that or those two events is the Revolutionary Square immediately in front of the Flagstaff House or the Jubilee House or the Christ the King church, I think that we should elevate it in a way that does not insult the memory of those who were unjustifiably slaughtered, in a way that gives some credit also to the people who played various parts, including those who died in pursuit of restoring Ghana's, democracy in the way that they did. Although there's a debate around that, and so that we ensure that it forms a critical part of our history in a way that is respectful to both memories. So what I would say is that yes, we have to do repainting properly, so-called. The guardrails that have become rusty, or that have corroded, that have given the place some really bad outlook. Let's deal with those. And then generally the school I spoke about yesterday, let's lift the Flagstaff basic school. Let's do that. The hospital itself.
Just to add,
the people who are hawking there, they should stop them.
Just to add that there's a broken street light on the median on the Flagstaff House stretch of the Jubilee House. So there's a broken street light. Just to add to your call for adoption of the school for improvements, etc.
Yes.
That's not a tidy
the
site.
The street light needs attention also, right?
It's
just on the stretch.
Toggled over, yes.
And I am looking forward to the regional minister today.
She has a press briefing at 10 this morning.
Oh, 10 minutes away.
Yes, so sanitation, floods, lighting.
We will be listening keenly, because she's promised a lot of things that she's struggled to deliver.
The traffic light, the street light.
The street light. She's spoken about the challenges there. We hear her. But there's a lot of work for her to do to make this region the kind of region it's supposed to be. And so I'm interested in hearing what she has to say. And just to wrap up, this Obake, pronounce it for me. I heard people sending you voice notes. What is it?
Is this what you said, Obake?
Sandra sent you something. I don't want Sandra to come and meet me.
No, I can play.
Sandra is a proper linguist. He's a proper linguist.
You know with that, right?
But I'm not so sure about it.
With that, she sent me. I think we can listen.
I think we should tread cautiously with trying to clothe Sandra with
the clothes of a linguist. He must speak like 12
on the
languages.
I know Krobo, and he speaks these. The
man comes from Suchari.
Okay, so this is Obake.
Obake.
Yes.
It's a polyglot. It means many languages. On this matter, let's defer to Papa Fredo.
Obake.
Yes,
Obake. And I've just been following, as we've been having this, I've been following the social media, particularly the banter on Twitter and Facebook, and it's getting heated. And I just say that, look, we are one people. I also understand the need for people to identify and be recognized, but I'm just saying, let's keep the language civil and the discourse so civil. There are people are exchanging ideas, but some of it has just descended into just plain chaos on Facebook and on Twitter. So let's have the debate. It is important that we have some of these conversations are hard for countries to have, but we should be able to have conversations around, can we add this or can we have that? I think there's a legitimate call for inclusion to say we are in this place, so we expect to see that here. We want to be represented, but it should not be at the expense of another or something. So I think there are reasonable ways of sorting this out rather than the path that it is currently going. And also, there had been reports that a change had indeed been effected at the airport. It wasn't true. So I think the Ghana Tourist Authority had issued a statement.
A change as in what?
The frontage of the airport has Akwaba.
The Akwaba signage.
The Akwaba signage. And that is what had stirred the debate, because a platform dedicated to the preservation of Ghana culture had said, look, we are in Accra. Why should we be having...
the Kwame Nkrumah Park, I think.
What?
Where the signage was.
That is what.
Yes.
That is where the original debate stemmed from before it got to the airport. You know, so they're saying, look, there are Kwaba. There later on, somebody showed an image that had changed to Obake. Fred.
Oh, no.
Obake. Obake. Oh, okay.
Our friend will come and mention that thing so that you are
Obake.
Mention it.
Obake.
Oh, okay. So our producer, aka Gan Chieftain Fred Jabano, educating us. So it's a conversation we'll keep on having, but let's just keep it civil.
Okay, we'll take a very quick break. When we're back, we'll wrap it all up.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like Jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Do you know what that is? It's the sound of me looking into my Nido 23 grams promo sachet for a code so I can win in the Nido Opatampamo promo.
Yes, the promo is back again. Bigger and better.
Become one of the 5 lucky winners of a fully paid family getaway in Nido's Obatampa Mo promo. Look inside your Nido 23-gram promo sachet for a code and dial *380*11# and follow the prompts for a chance to win big at Dipashimwampa. Nido, your love, their future. This advert is FDA approved. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas lottery platform. T's and C's apply.
Ebusuafo ehiem enuanum edwendwen se na wo beye maame yi.
Mensa kan 15,000 Ghana cedis efri ayofo ho. Busumi bia metua 15 cedis pe. Mede ne nyina eboa ya maame yi no.
Mensuma je 10,000 Ghana cedis efri ayofo nchen. Medie 10 cedis na metua free me momo busumi bia.
Menkwa de misika na ama o. Ayofo ne se amfa.
Na se ye nyina na register ayo family cover no. Na wo kai last a wo de sika to wo momo so.
Ish. Asa chaka crowd.
Chese wuntua wo ayo ntoboa no. Se wentua wo ayo family cover sika no busumi bia. Policy no enye adwuma. Enti hwese wo ni wadofo bambo no beye adwuma. Hwese sika be wo momo no so abri bia na wetumi etua busumi bia entem so. Pe ayo package a ebeboa wo. Ninya bambo pa. Kai se nhwehwe kakra da ho. We ye nhwehwe free Salam Alliance Life Insurance Ghana Limited.
Ayo, because you care.
For you and your family.
Hot jobs.
Tired of HR headaches? Simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate trainings. Plus, we offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us on 030-3980-362. WhatsApp us on 020-433-6004 or email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website www.hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs.
Hot jobs. Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It is finished. Ninala Maestro da Babano.
It's 2 minutes to the top of the hour. If you have kids in school, this message should make you smile. From Friday the 29th until Sunday the 31st of August, be part of the DC Back to School Discount Fair and get all you need for your child as school reopens all under one roof. Swing by the DC Center, which is the former Dansuman Melcom, first stop behind the Dansuman Post Office. Get school bags, lunch boxes, electronic tablets, book stationery, and all your back to school essentials from across finest vendors, all offering a very sweet discount. To spice it up, there will be bouncy castles, cotton candy, popcorn, ice cream, and more to keep the kids busy. So all roads lead to Dansuman this weekend. Definitely more than a discount fair. It's a financial breather and a family treat in one. Call this number now, 026 222 20042. The DC Back to School Discount Fair, designed by parents for parents, is sponsored by EcoBank and Enterprise Life. My name is Caleb. Thank you for doing the listening. Caleb Kuda is my name. Godfrey Akotobua for Richard Delesky, Francisca Kakraforsen. We're here together from 6:20 all the way till now. Thank you for being a part of the show. Fred Tete Jabano produced this together with Shiba Araba Benning, Samuel Akom. Thanks to Edwin Kwalkofi and Enoch Busumche for handling digital platforms for us. Abeku Odum, the richest man, was the man on technical today. Ajubi Rafia Kinting has the news at 10. Good morning, Ajubi.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Ghana registered